listening to That's Pretty Dark,
the podcast where we talk about all the entertainment that scared us as children
and still haunts us as adults. So grab your flashlight and join us as we take a frightfully nostalgic look over our shoulders.
And under our beds.
And in our closets.
And together, we'll realize, whoa, that's pretty dark.
Did you know that T-Rex arms were approximately the size of human arms?
They were stronger though. They were stronger.
Well, were they stronger? Were they like gorilla arms?
That's weird to picture, but maybe. I mean, I don't know that the muscle mass was necessarily
gorillas
indicative.
kind of have human arms, but they're much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It could crush you.
Did you know that the largest land-based dinosaur was the Argentinosaurus?
No.
And they could reach up to 40 meters in length and 21 meters in height. And just to put that in perspective, the average blue whale is just 4 to 5 meters long.
Shit. I was going to say meters to feet. Let's do this.
So you can't, hard to do that conversion. But ginormous dudes, Argentinosaurus.
So it's like the elephant of the dinosaur realm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's pretty big. Did you know the first dinosaur fossil was discovered in 1677?
I did not know that.
By Robert Plot?
No.
17th century, first fossil.
Impressive.
They thought it belonged to a giant human. That's so funny. So they thought it was a giant. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Did you know? It does. It absolutely does, yeah. And everything's in Greek, and it's like giant lizard, great big, scary lizard. Like, it's just Greek for those things. Did you know that the oviraptor, they named it oviraptor because the fossil was found, lying, with eggs, like a nest of eggs, and they named it oviraptor, which means, egg thief. But then later dating found, and more research and study found that it was not they thought it was eating the eggs. It was actually brooding them. They were the oviraptor's eggs.
Oh,
so its literal name is a horrible reputation because it was not
common
eating.
mistake,
Yeah.
Did I steal this kid? Is it my kid?
Did I eat it?
Is that what raptor means? Thief?
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's insane. Wow, oviraptor. I'm gonna write that one down. That's a good solo artist name. You know what I mean?
Oviraptor.
Oviraptor. If you're out there, if you make music and you're looking for a cool name for yourself, a stage name,
pretty good one.
Look up Oviraptor.
Check and see if that domain is taken.
Did you know that the first ichthyosaur skeleton was discovered by a 12-year-old girl named Mary Anning?
You know what? I did know that because a Darkling told us that.
Yeah.
And I learned it at the same time, and that's incredible.
We were reviewing our notes. But she went on. She's actually a very celebrated paleontologist. A woman in a man's field.
A woman in a very, very male-dominated field, especially at that point. Because when did you say that happened?
I said in a man's field. It's a male-dominated field. It's a very different thing. My apologies. That happened in the very early 19th century. She was 12. So it would have been 1811 because she was born in 1799.
And they took her seriously.
I don't know if they did at the time, but eventually they did. She went on to discover the first 2 plesiosaur skeletons, the first pterosaur skeleton located outside Germany. So apparently there was one in Germany that she didn't get to first.
Okay. I mean, okay. Sure. You can't ask her to do everything. She can't do it all.
We usually do ask women to do everything.
That's true.
But I'm glad they gave her a break. And various other fish fossils. Oh, wait a minute. Her observations played a key role in the discovery that coprolites, known as bezoar stones at the time, were fossilized feces.
Whoa. Which is probably very important to paleontology on the whole.
Yada, 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 ink sacs and cephalopods and shit. Wow, she did amazing work. But bezoars are super cool. I want one. Because they have a lot of occult ties. They're supposed to
be like, no shit.
Yeah, they're supposed to be magical.
Did you know that the first fossil discovered in North America was a hadrosaur?
No.
Like the same family of the dinosaurs. Ducky was in the hadrosaur family of the Parasaurolophus. The same family of the Parasaurolophus.
I just had to say it correctly.
I had to say it again. I had to redeem myself.
Just had to get it out there.
I was very pleased. I
We
didn't
know
even
how
have
to
to read
pronounce.
it. Honestly, it's easier if you're not reading it. You know?
Yeah, it is. It actually absolutely is. What's the
There's too many
species
consonants.
of
I
the
stand by that.
Parasaurolophus? Is it like a
Hadrosaur. Hadrosaur.
So it's a
hadrosaur is a Parasaurolophus. Okay, like SAT style, a hadrosaur to a Parasaurolophus is a sauropod to an apatosaurus.
Like what's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Apatosaurus Ajax? Like what's that?
Parasaurolophus. I think it's a I don't know.
Yeah, stumped you.
You stumped me before we've even introduced the podcast, which
or
really checks out.
All.
Really checks
Oh,
out
man.
because my name is Kaylin. Defeated again.
No. You're Kaylin Cretaceous.
Kaylin
Andrews,
Cretaceous.
and I am Christian
like it.
Late Jurassic Mott.
I like it. I like it.
And, we're just here hanging out on That's Pretty Dark, talking about some dino facts.
We thought we would hitch all with a lot of those up front. We would front load it with some good feeling dinosaur vibes because
Those are fun.
we're both just barely hanging on when
really
it comes to
are.
this movie. And
I've had
I'm
a
nervous.
hell of a time. I wouldn't think it
Nervous.
was related, but I've had like an existential crisis the past 2 weeks. It started the day we recorded part 1, and progressively got worse, which is why I began taking my anti-anxiety medication in the first place.
Hell yeah, brother.
And it has done
Quote
wonders.
Schultz.
I will say. I wouldn't have thought this movie would do that to me, and I'm still not giving it that credit. I don't think it was this movie.
I'm sorry, back up. You're saying that The Land Before Time couldn't have possibly
It didn't
given you
trigger my
an
existential
crisis? Because that's kind of antithetical to the whole
I think
thing.
it kind of, no, I have to say it probably did. I just don't, I'm afraid of it. I'm intimidated by this film. It's been a journey. It's been a big old rock face to climb up. Volcano of sorts, and
But
I don't want to give it that kind of power over me.
We're gonna reach the Great Valley.
I mean, we have to.
We have
I
no
mean,
choice.
as long as we keep putting one foot in front of the other, we'll get there eventually. And that's one of the most beautiful things about this film. But like things like this movie, they hit harder. Not to take it away from anybody who doesn't have any kids, because we can all relate on some level. But I will just say, media in general,
human or dinosaur, you can relate to
human or
this
dinosaur.
film.
Media in general has been different since becoming a parent. And I just wonder how universal that is. I'm sure it is. Or
I've seen posts
I'm just
recently
incredibly
of
sensitive.
friends and people saying like, since becoming a parent, they see everyone as someone's child, and that's like increased their empathy.
Yes. And like looking at Littlefoot on his own, for a large portion of this film, has just been very hard. And like, God, just imagining, like, I'm not even imagining myself like that anymore. Like I did when I was a kid. Now I'm imagining my own child like that.
There's always that shift.
And it's like, oh my God, like this is pretty dark for just a kids movie.
It is pretty dark.
And
why we're here.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into some fun stuff, maybe some more dino facts. Actually, absolutely more dino facts. We're gonna get into things like lava, tar pits, and the rise and fall of the dinosaur empire.
As promised.
Yep. Yeah, buddy. So the film opens with a visual representation of the food chain at work, which is somehow made silly and fun, yet hardly prepares the audience of children for the depictions of reality to follow.
It moves real slow.
It does.
Phoebe really liked it. My cat.
Yeah, she was
super
pawing
into the whole. Yeah, the whole opening sequence. She was
good.
Yeah, she was all about it.
That's good. What appears to be a baby Spinosaurus swims after what appears to be a shrimp, a Cretaceous crustacean, if you will. It outswims the baby Spinosaurus, which is very nearly chomped to bits by another larger aquatic creature with a long snout and very sharp teeth, which could be the ancestor of an alligator or crocodile, but it could also be a young Ichthyosaurus or a Basilosauridae. But as we move from the water to the land, from the sea turtles to the dinosaurs, the narrator begins coaxing us into a false sense of comfort and safety, much like narrators are wont to do.
It took 2.5 minutes before the narrator started speaking.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, wow. They're like expecting the attention span to be there. And it was, for us.
It was. I think we were hooked for really any movie back then. We were just like, all right, let's do this.
No matter what it was.
Because films before this, which, Tim Burton took a slice out of that same pie, long openings, long drawn out credit sequences to introduce films. So I think by the time we were coming up, movies they jumped right into it, like with things like this. We were like, oh, that was what our attention span needed. Because we couldn't have sat through the long credit,
But I feel like this
credits.
is even longer than it would be today. I'm saying like before we heard any dialogue, before we heard any anything.
Yeah, no. Today movies start before the visuals even start. You hear sounds and music and thunder and all kinds of stuff with like the production company, like logos and stuff. Like it's all worked in to get you, to hook you as soon as possible.
They're like, don't worry, we're coming. It's coming. Like,
they didn't have to do that then.
Hold your hadrosaurs.
So, the narrator says, once upon this same earth, beneath this same sun, long before you, before the ape and the elephant as well, before the wolf, the bison, the whale, before the mammoth and the mastodon, in the time of the dinosaurs. It all has this majestic feeling to it. But then he explains how the leaves began to die. So some of the flat-teeth dinosaur herds migrated west in search of green food in the Great Valley. Because these mighty beasts, who appear to rule the earth, were in truth ruled by the leaf. Imagine if this movie was just one big, like, pro-cannabis allegory.
Ruled by the leaf.
We were ruled by the leaf, man. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. If only it were that cute.
Toward the Great Valley, it was a journey toward life.
It was a march of many dangers.
It was a march of many dangers.
Because these traveling potheads, leaf eaters, aka flat teeth, were perpetually stalked by the other type of dinosaurs, known as sharp teeth or meat eaters.
I do like the flat teeth versus sharp teeth. That's good.
I do like that.
That sounds like Stu Krager,
Yeah, it does.
That's a Stu Krager thing.
And these meat eaters picked off any flat teeth who strayed too far from their herds. This is giving me some strong Oregon Trail vibes. Great game. Bad time to be alive. Terrible time. Probably just heard Rory calling for his sister. He just yelled.
I didn't hear anything.
So instantly we're dialed into the dangers of wandering too far from home, from our parents, from safety. This perfectly aligns with stranger danger, which we were all spoon-fed from a young age, beginning around the time that this movie was made. So this concept of being snatched away, never to be seen again, wasn't exactly unrelatable, but it does leave this like hollow, echoing, dark feeling in my mind. Like I remember being so afraid of this was the stuff my nightmares were made of. I had so many nightmares as a kid, wandering off too far from the light, too far from safety, like finding myself on the outside of where the dream is taking place, and I'm over here.
We've all been to the grocery store, and we're just an aisle too far over, and we can't hear or see our mom anymore.
Yeah.
And then the lights get brighter and everything gets too loud and your head is spinning and your heart is racing. And
yeah.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah. It was very well done because, I think every kid knows that feeling. You're like, oh yeah, it's 10 p.m. Do they know where I am? Like, scary thought.
I remember, I don't know specifically where or I was too young to have a full conscious memory of it, but I remember having the thought, hearing about lost. My mom was we've talked about it on the show before. She was very proactive, which was to her credit, telling my sister and I yell fire if if somebody tries to take you, never go with anybody that you don't know. Obviously, if you're lost, find another mom with kids, that sort of stuff. She was giving us that just on a constant loop from the time that we could talk or really understand her. But I do remember thinking one time, the thought in my head of am I lost? like, is this what Lost is? Just the like, I just had that like, oh my God, because I like didn't see her or whatever. And I remember one time when I was very, very little, just being like, is this Lost?
Have I been kidnapped?
Did it happen?
What is this?
Did the thing happen that she keeps talking about?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
It didn't. Spoiler alert.
Did you ever hide in like
fine.
the center of the clothes, like circle?
No,
at the
but
store?
Carrie did and got in major trouble for that.
Yeah.
But that was always such a magical thing too. The idea that you could go have someone paged. And she talked to us about that too. She was like, if you can't find any, go to an employee. You can
Tell
have them
you
page.
can't find your mom. Yeah. Oh,
you can
wow.
have them page me, like that kind of thing. Because she's like, I will be looking for you if you're looking for me. Mm-hmm.
No, that is reassuring, but now I'm thinking of like hearing a voice over the loudspeaker calling, like, you know, for like a kid.
If you're
like
lost and they're paging you, then you and you know you have to go back, but you know you're in so much trouble when you do. It's like your last 10 seconds of freedom as you walk down.
If anybody has any experiences like that, like tell us your story. I want to hear your stories of being lost and like your panicked guardian having to try to find you, or your own kid, you know, like what's your story?
It happened a couple times when I worked
wild.
at Disney World, that parents had lost children, and it was like a specific code that we would like call in, and different managers and positions knew, and you were supposed to be on the lookout for like the clothing or whatever it was. And then there was at least one time where somebody, not me personally, but somebody near me found a kid and was like trying to figure out where their parents were, and like I don't even think they spoke English. So there was like trying to get a translator,
that's hard
and
too.
It was a whole thing.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I bet Disney has like
they have
1,000 security guards.
Really
though,
good
like,
procedures for it. Yeah.
I bet there are cameras in places you would not imagine.
And now more even than when I was there.
So yeah, we understand this feeling, this fear of, you know, being too far from safety and comfort.
From the herd.
But still, our uneasy baby minds were soothed by the reassurance that the flat teeth were safe as long as they stayed together. As long as they did this, they could stop and rest and even have babies of their own. I keep hearing like Tommy in my head talking to Chucky from that Rugrats episode. Growing up isn't that bad.
You could even have
babies
some
of your own. Maybe even get married.
Maybe even get married.
We don't know it yet, but we witnessed the hatching of both Ducky and Sarah.
As soon as I saw Ducky, I knew it was over. I was like, I can't do this. There were already tears trying to well up.
I know. Ducky is already authentically carefree and playful.
Yep.
While Sarah is immediately butting heads with those around her. I thought the detail of showing her, like her whole bravado collapsing at the clap of thunder was a nice touch. Because she's like tough and strong and like, I'm going to fight you. But then this great big unknown thing that actually isn't a threat scares her, you know? So it shows that she does have a soft side.
Right away.
Ducky and Sarah both have multiple siblings to grow up with. But as the narrator says, one herd had only a single baby. Their last hope for the future.
Last hope for the future.
This, of course, is Littlefoot.
Littlefoot.
And before Littlefoot is hatched, his egg is almost snatched away by a sneaky sharp tooth, which serves to emotionally bind us to this poor little egg before we ever meet the baby dino inside of it. And I guess that would have been what? An oviraptor?
But the thing is, it wouldn't have, because the oviraptors maybe didn't even do that.
They didn't even steal the eggs. They were just having babies of their own.
But it probably was named that, because that's what they thought.
Oviraptor's getting a bad rap.
Yeah. Can you imagine your entire identity being based on a crime that you didn't commit?
I live in perpetual fear of being accused of a crime I did not commit.
Hey, I got too much to worry about.
That's
not necessarily crimes that I did commit.
That's
but
one
like,
of the things.
Yeah. God.
That's one of them. So now we can't help but empathize with this kid and his mother, who very quickly saved him from the clutches of a predator. This is a dangerous world, sure, but this cute little guy has his mom, and that means he's safe. For now. I do also have to mention that when the egg is dropped by the sharptooth, the oviraptor, the egg rolls away and down the rib cage of a dead adult Parasaurolophus, which is the first of a few dino skeletons that we see throughout this film, which I feel like is pretty dark because we begin to identify with these. anthropomorphic humanized dinosaurs. So like their skeleton is our skeleton.
They're playing in the elephant graveyard.
Yeah, that's not the last time we're going to mention the elephant graveyard. But like also when you're a kid and you know anything about dinosaurs, you also have seen dinosaur bones. So it's like not the same thing as like seeing the skeleton of a child.
But that is what you would associate in the museum, like being in the museum as a dinosaur. And then, it's pretty dark to think that they're just, but I mean, like, it's not like there were funerals and burial rituals, like.
Nah, if you died, you're just laying there.
That's
just
where
hanging
it is.
out.
And if that's
Hanging
a highly
out.
traveled area, then we're supposed to believe they have emotions and all, but I hope they didn't have emotions to that degree.
There's supposed to be hope on the Oregon Trail, but when you're seeing all the dead bodies laying around on the side of the road, you begin to lose a little bit of hope there. I don't know.
It gets tougher.
But like the narrator says, Littlefoot is the herd's last hope for the future. Do we think he means that, like just this one family of apatosaurs, or apatosaurs as a race?
God, I took it to mean apatosaurs as a race.
Okay.
But I don't know that that's accurate. That's just the magnitude that it was conveyed with the narrator and just the way that the whole thing felt to me. Especially as a kid, I was like, this is it for them. Like, extinction is imminent.
Yeah. See, that's where my mind was.
And when you consider the fact...
You have to think about extinction.
Back to part one, that the apatosaur was like the oldest, one of the older, Spike would be the oldest, but like one of the two oldest dinosaurs in this grouping. And they didn't actually, it was a whole different, mark of time. But like, when you consider the fact that they were the oldest dinosaurs, and maybe they're trying to work that in, like,
maybe
it's not inconceivable that it's like, these are the last ones. Like they're drying up. The well's drying up. He's
the last hope of the future, but he can't procreate by himself. Like he would have had to meet another sauropod.
Sauropod.
Yeah.
So, and perhaps just another sauropod. So it may not have been.
I mean, okay. His mom says there are other long necks in the Great Valley. In part one, we talked about not just 3 different types of long necks, but you said that there are a bunch of different types of sauropods.
Yeah, tons of sauropods. I mean, there are other long necks, but it doesn't necessarily, they can't know that there are more apatosaurus. Maybe there are just more long necks. Yeah.
So it's tough to say. That was a question I had. Google says that no, this is just Littlefoot's family.
Okay.
But,
which, I mean, I think that's what Google would say. Other long necks are in the valley. We're just going to make a blanket assumption. Right. It was just when I was a kid, that was my interpretation as a child. Like, was just he was making such a big deal of it. I was like, he's the last one.
He's the last of the long necks, man. Yeah, I don't know. His mom says there are more. So I think we have to assume that even if he is the last apatosauri, there are other sauropods. In the Great Valley.
Yes.
But then again, this is a pipe dream. This is a hope. She's just repeating what she's heard.
How would she know?
She's never been there. Either way. Now we don't just have that immediate fear of predators waiting out there in the darkness, but we also have the overarching existential dread of our entire family dying with no one left to carry on our name.
I know a thing or two about that one.
Yeah. So from the very beginning, we're already thinking about the end. Not just the end of the film, but the end of everything we know as children. Because the one thing that every kid knows about dinosaurs is that they all died a very long time ago. So you're like, I'm a kid watching this. I'm the hope for my family's future. I can relate. And it's like, but these guys are all dead. They're all
gone.
Dead.
Yeah. I'm sure that there was a point, maybe not, I don't know. I was so young when I watched it. I don't know if I would have quite made the leap that like, are we about to watch them all go extinct? Like, is that what we're watching
this isn't the Disney dinosaur movie.
Yeah, different.
We don't have to watch the asteroid destroy,
What is he?
Every Cretaceous.
Iguanodon?
The Iguanodon, yeah. God, I love that ride. R.I.P.
We're not going to make it. We're not
going to make it. That's proprietary.
I miss it so much.
Me too.
Can't believe it took us this long to reference it.
So all the flat teeth are migrating and hoping for a better future. And they apparently do this over some time, because once we meet these hatchlings again, they've grown into juveniles. In general, I would think it wouldn't take an apatosaurus that long to migrate across North America, which is roughly 2,500 to 3,000 miles long in the U.S. from coast to coast. In 2023, Jenny Hoffman ran from San Francisco to New York in 47 days.
Wow.
This was roughly 3,032 miles. In 2016, Pete Kostelnik both ran and walked from San Francisco to New York City in 42 days. Wow. And that was roughly 3,067 miles. And then back in 1972, John Lees walked that same route in only 53 days. So the average human could walk this same distance in about 4 to 8 months. That's roughly 15 to 20 miles a day.
Those still sound like some pretty above average humans.
That's above average, but the average human...
For somebody to be attempting that, I feel like they're pretty athletic.
You're dedicated, right? You've been training for this, right? But the average human, 4 to 8 months. That's roughly 15 to 20 miles a day. A leisurely pace of 5 to 10 miles a day would only take about a year.
Okay.
But one apatosaurus step is like 100 human steps. So it's like, there's no comparison.
Doing that math.
I don't know. It just seems like some larger dinos could probably make this journey in a matter of days, if not weeks. I imagine it would take longer if they had kids in tow, but like this could feasibly take place within just a couple years.
Yeah.
But since it probably could have been traveled in a shorter time frame, maybe some dinos have ventured back from the Great Valley
to tell about it,
to tell tales about the Great Valley.
But once you're in the Great Valley, the whole point is like food's scarce, food's drying up.
Yes, but if you just traveled there very quickly, you might travel back to tell others about the hope that there is, you know.
I love how seriously we're taking this.
Like, I'm just saying.
There would be some like altruistic dinosaur that would be like, no, they need to know about it. We got to make sure that everybody's aware.
That's exactly my point. If that's true, within this animated universe, that would be proof that there is altruism in this time of the dinosaurs, which is something we are sorely lacking in the age of man of this universe.
Yeah. We sure are.
Honestly, the Great Valley, it would be owned. It would be like
yeah, it would be
dominated,
bought up and owned,
conquered, and then it would be like sold to us in like pieces and fragments. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's how that works.
That's how it worked today.
Green food,
scarcity.
Yeah,
jack up the price.
Price gouge them leaves.
Something that just happens naturally. I own it.
You can't have it.
You can't have any.
What makes you think you have a right to the thing that's grown on the land that you were born on and inherit and inhabit?
So Littlefoot's mother tells him that they must walk as far as they can each day so that they can reach the Great Valley. Littlefoot is hungry and foraging on his way, eating twigs, and his mother sees something that she apparently hasn't seen in some time. A tree star.
Up there.
And I'm going to be honest with all of you.
A tree star.
I would eat that tree star.
We all would. I don't think that's debated.
I don't want it as much as I want like the animated pizza from like All Dogs or TMNT.
No, I've always wanted it. Mm-hmm.
And it is possible that we could eat this exact type of tree star. Maybe. Because it most resembles the leaf of the American sweet gum, which is edible, but it has a bitter, kind of minty flavor.
I'll still eat it.
Yeah, I want to give it a try.
Try and stop me.
Fun fact about the American sweet gum. Its leaves and fruits contain shikimic acid, which is one of the key ingredients in flu medications, such as Tamiflu.
So it was a natural, medicinal.
It was medicinal, beneficial.
Medicinal.
Just chasing that leaf. Medicinal, herbal, edible things from the earth.
The earth. And then them talking about like his mom was telling him like the land is changing and that's why there's nothing to eat. We have to go in search of the green food and the
Right. And she says the Great Valley is filled with green food like this, more than you could ever eat, more than you could ever smoke.
Land of milk and honey.
And more fresh, cool water than you could ever drink. It is a wonderful, beautiful place where we can live happily with many more of our own kind. And he says, when will we get there? And she says, the bright circle must pass over us many times, and we must follow it each day to where it touches the ground. I do love that, the bright circle.
Yeah, I do too. I really like it, and it's very Sue Cracker, and I am a big fan of it, and growing up with it, I have the nostalgia around the language and like the vocabulary and linguistics of the dinosaurs, but I also, looking at it now, I'm kind of like, is this just like a really bad, like Americanized, westernized, like Native American sort of parody?
No. I go more the route of, Don Bluth was, what was he? He was a Mormon?
I don't remember. I don't think he was Mormon, but I could be wrong. I remember we talked about it at one point.
We did talk about it.
Whoa, he was LDS.
Thank you.
Totally forgot. Good call.
So this reminded me of the Old Testament, talking about the greater light and the lesser light being the sun and the moon.
Okay.
A lot of sun and moon.
So you went biblical with it.
Imagery.
I was
they're
biblical. Just appropriating Native American culture.
No, I went biblical with it. Because it was, the bright circle. They don't talk about the less bright circle, but
the dim circle.
They are talking about the sun. So I don't know. I don't know if it was appropriation, but it just seemed like something.
The dim circle will grow and shrink.
The dim circle.
This many times.
The dim circle, which vanishes, once a month.
Mm-hmm.
The bright circle.
And it will grow.
Which vanishes once a year. Yeah. But just like a kid, Littlefoot continues asking those hard questions. Have you ever seen the Great Valley? No? Well, how do you know it's really there? Some things you see with your eyes. Others you see with your heart. I don't understand, Mother.
You will, my son. You will.
You will, my son.
And throughout all of this,
You will.
his grandparents are just like smiling and giggling at him, like this is
That's what old people do.
Yeah, this is our grandchild and he's learning about the world for the first time and wow, how sweet, as they are literally walking toward their potential death and extinction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all are all the time, but like,
the marching of time.
hope is waning for them at a much faster pace,
Sure.
And so they have this hope in Littlefoot.
Littlefoot. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to be divisive or anything, but I know Littlefoot's supposed to be based
You
on...
choose now not to be divisive.
I know that Littlefoot's supposed to be based on Bambi, but I could not stop thinking of Norman Bates when he would say mother. Did you not think about that?
No, not at all.
That's just me. That's just who I am.
Mother.
Mother wouldn't be happy. Like, I just can't... After she dies,
Those
I just
are
keep
in such
thinking,
different categories.
when is he going to start, like, dressing up like his mom?
No. Oh, God.
Because he kind of...
These are different sides of the same weird trauma grief coin.
He keeps kind of pretending like she's still there. He keeps talking to her and stuff. Like, he's kind of losing it. I'm just saying.
I don't think he's kind of losing it. I think he's just a kid who doesn't know, who hasn't found it yet. Like, he's not losing it so much as that he just, he hasn't.
I'm just trying to distance myself from the grief, and this is helping by thinking about Norman Bates.
All right, yeah. Distance yourself from grief by thinking about Norman Bates. Man. That's a sentence that absolutely tracks, makes a lot of sense.
I wonder what a therapist would make of this. Just dissociation.
We should do that. We should have a therapist listen to our episode, listen back, and be like, what's actually wrong with us?
Yeah.
Not so much what was wrong with the movie or what did it do? Just diagnose us from the podcast.
Once a quarter, we'll just have a therapist on and be like, all right, so these are the notes I've taken just from listening to you. That'll be $300. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But I do need artists out there. I need somebody out there to do me a rendering of Littlefoot, either dressed up like Mrs. Bates.
Wow.
Or you could do a Littlefoot with the skeleton, like the skull, like crossover at the end, the last frame. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you see his...
People are going to get highly offended by this art.
I don't want to be divisive. I don't want to offend anyone. Isn't that how it works? If you just say no offense, but
then completely absolve.
You can't take what I say as an offensive comment.
If I've learned anything about saying words.
I'm a good
That does
person. I'm a good
hold up.
person. I'm a great person. Me and Norman Bates, like this.
And I know you are, because you told me 3 times.
You can trust me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Littlefoot never eats this tree star, right?
I don't think he does. Not this one.
Not
he
this
eats
one.
other green food, but I don't think he eats this one. This is more like a blankie, like a comfort. Comfort.
He does
thing.
keep it around, yes.
Comfort item.
Yeah, he does begin to, kind of like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone with his mac and cheese, but he never gets to. Like now, for instance, when he overhears Sarah playing nearby.
Phoebe was also very interested in Sarah. Like, of all of them, Phoebe was like, that's my dino.
She most identifies with Sarah.
She does.
Like, she most relates to her.
Unfortunately, she does.
That makes sense.
Sorry to be disparaging about you on air, Phoebes. She can be bratty.
No offense, but
No offense,
you can be a brat.
You can be a little bratty sometimes.
Sarah chases a bug until it turns around and squirts her with something purple out of its butt.
Mm-hmm. Ew.
I looked into this, and this is most likely a bombardier beetle. Bombardier?
Bombardier.
This literally shoots a boiling chemical explosion from its ass.
I have heard about this.
Cyclosporiasis? Am I right? The Bombardier beetle naturally contains 2 chemicals, hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide, which are stored separately in its abdomen until threatened, at which point they
does a little chemical reaction.
Mix together with catalase and peroxidase enzymes in what's described as a specialized reaction chamber in its body.
Happens in my body too, I understand.
Creating a stinking chemical called benzoquinone.
Maybe not that
as well as near boiling temperatures. And,
see, that's what I remember reading about.
Pressurized oxygen, which is what causes the explosive effect.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just the Taco Bell lettuce.
Poor Taco Bell. They're just getting such a bad rap, and it is not fair.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault at all. They were being proactive when no one else was.
That's true.
And so their name got tied in, and that is a PR nightmare, truly.
Like the Oviraptor. I was just
like
having babies laying eggs. And you call me a thief?
My business. And you said I stole them? And you said I was the cause of this parasitic outbreak and not the administration that dismantled the CDC and all the arms and branches of it that monitored parasitic infection.
Fun times
we need science because science helps us avoid things like that.
Yeah, we're
and we also, thanks to science, we know to like not mess with a Bombardier beetle.
Yeah, don't fuck with them. They'll squirt you in the face with their purple goo. So when Sarah is squirting the face... I hate saying that sentence. Littlefoot laughs at her. And the 2 dino kids begin to roughhouse, revealing 2 things. 1, Sarah is sensitive and doesn't like being laughed at. And 2, Littlefoot is tough. He doesn't have horns. He's not very big, but still, he's willing to go head to head with a triceratops regardless. But here's where we get our first taste of the racism in this film. Less than 12 minutes in.
Because 3-horns never play with long necks.
Yeah, Sarah's father steps in to presumably stop the fight, but it's really to stop their play. And Sarah repeats that after him with pride. She's a real Draco Malfoy.
She is a real Draco Malfoy.
But
not the fun Draco from the Harry Potter musical.
Right.
Harry Potter musical.
Right.
Not that Draco.
But Littlefoot, sweet Littlefoot, doesn't even know what a long neck is.
Yeah.
And he asked his mother, why he couldn't play.
What's a long neck?
Long neck.
What's a long neck?
Why they can't play together. He wants to know why. And she says, well, we all keep to our own kind. Why? Because we're different. It's always been that way.
It's always been that way.
Still not a good enough reason to me.
No, it's not. But also, what do you say? I mean, that's
and then
a
she's
tough
like,
thing to talk
don't
about.
worry so much. There will be plenty of long necks to play with in the Great Valley.
She does say that. But that's also what you might tell your kid if you were like a minority and you were just like, look, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's more of us where we're going. That's what matters. Don't worry about them because they're going to hate you no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough conversation to have. We don't know about that because we're white. And we would have to talk about that kind of thing. We haven't had to have those conversations.
No.
But, Like, I
But
can
how,
imagine
yeah,
that
how
would be
horrific.
a very...
I mean, I've known parents of children who are not white and having to have that conversation about like your sibling is going to be treated differently. You need to be looking out for that, like that kind of stuff. And it's, how do you explain that to a kid who doesn't have any concept of why
and, like,
that would be the case?
Even if you did explain it, like they wouldn't get it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, so it's like, what do you say? Like, what do you even say?
So
I don't
tough.
know. It's very, very tough.
And so stupid that it is
Yes.
even like a thought.
Yeah, the fact that you have to have that conversation in the first place is just...
But I'm not saying it doesn't happen, and I'm not denying it because it absolutely does. And it's insane that in 2026, rest in peace, Nolan Wells. I hope that justice is done in your case, and all those like it.
I probably wouldn't have noticed this, but like while writing out some thoughts on this scene, you know, I had the film paused on Sarah's face. And I was running through this like long neck versus three horn discourse and just like trying to make sense of it. And for some reason, because I'm like OCD or have like a, you know, whatever my particular tism is, I started to count Sarah's horns. She only has one. So she might be a three horn, but she hasn't
developed her horns
three
yet.
Horns. Littlefoot might be a long neck, but he doesn't have a long neck. Not yet. The spike tail doesn't have any spikes. The flyer can't fly. The big mouth is tiny, and by default, so is her mouth.
That's the little mouth.
None of our 5 young heroes in this movie actually resemble the physical descriptors that are supposed to set them apart and make them so different.
Not yet. Not really.
Not yet. If it weren't for the adults in their lives who pass down the hate and the racism and perpetuate the customs, the children would never have a reason not to play with the other dinosaurs, no matter how different they look. This is something that they're learned. That's learned because they're taught, right?
Of course.
And I just thought that was an interesting thing, that's like one of the main focuses
Racism
of this
is learned.
film.
Differences are obvious. Like saying that you don't see color
fine, but
is
they
you know,
wouldn't
that
have a reason not to play with each other.
That doesn't fix it. That doesn't help anybody.
They would associate regardless.
Yeah, they would, right.
Because kids just play. Kids just make friends and play.
Differences are
it's
not.
proximity. They don't really think about that. They might notice that you look different.
Yeah.
They might wonder why or
It can
ask
be
you why
conversation.
a kid looks different. But it's up to you.
It's not going to be, like, it's not going to inhibit their relationship.
Right. They might want to know.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to help them understand that people sometimes look different and that's okay. It doesn't mean anything, literally anything at all. It's just that we all come from different places. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting thing that
It's
specifically we don't know what dinosaurs looked like, and they just decided not to give these young dinosaurs those characteristics.
Yeah, they had them. They had the beginnings of them, but yeah,
not enough to like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not enough to like be racist.
Yeah, I mean,
I just thought it was an important detail.
Yeah. I also like the idea that they were just naming each other based on what they saw. Like, there's no human English or Latin or anything. It's just like, I see this, that's what you are. I mean, and that is kind of how we name dinosaurs. I see this trait, that's what you look
pretty
like.
much.
That's how you're named.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, seeing that in this context, as Stu Cracker did it, was pretty cute.
Thunder
Because
lizard.
it's not like there's mirrors to look into. The long necks didn't, you know, they could look at each other, but how do you know you're the same thing, you know?
Yeah, I had a tough time like trying to like figure out what to call that. 3 horns, long necks, like spike tails. Like what? It's not a moniker.
What are
because
these words?
A moniker is like an individual nickname. But it's like a whole cultural moniker, whatever that is, whatever that word is. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
Damn. Yeah, that's tough.
But these 2 families, the long necks and the 3 horns, they must be traveling alongside each other. Yet far enough apart that they wouldn't have crossed paths if it weren't for these 2 rambunctious young rascals.
And all of them looking for food.
All of them. All of them have the same goal. They're all heading in the same direction.
They have the same problem
but
and
they're
the same goal.
traveling separately because they don't associate for God knows what reason. And if they did, we probably could have avoided a lot of grief. A lot of loss and heartache. But that night, Littlefoot follows a frog to a pond where he runs into Sarah again.
That's my hopper.
Excuse me. He follows her frog to her pond.
Yeah, get it right.
Where they wind up playing. and having a good time together. They're popping pond bubbles and they're straying a little too far from the safety of their parents. And along came a sharp tooth.
The shadow, the shaking.
And honestly, this dude's pretty scary.
He is.
He is.
He doesn't get less scary.
No, he doesn't,
I'm
no.
afraid of T-Rex. Like, I'm afraid of them.
I am. I think
I'm afraid of them.
The one eye was supposed to make him feel like more sinister. You know, like classic villains with their they all have some kind of physical deformity. You know, a hook for a hand, missing a hand, a golden hook for an arm.
Yeah, a golden hook for an arm.
Peg leg, you know, something. The Phantom of the Opera has his deformed face and all that kind of stuff. This guy doesn't need it. T-Rex doesn't need
He's scary
that
enough.
shit. He's scary. All right, he's got big teeth, big sharp teeth.
Size of a banana. Did you know that?
The teeth? Mm-hmm. Fuck. With arms the size of a human.
Not a human. Arms the size of a human arm.
Banana for scale. That's good.
Banana for scale. Yeah.
That's good. And these
Pretty
two
good.
kids run away into the, what's that? The elephant graveyard from the Lion King?
The elephant graveyard.
No.
I laugh in the face of danger.
Must be the Briar Patch. But like Spielberg, though, he must have loved this scene because there are some very clear like parallels to Jurassic Park and the scene where the T-Rex is going after the two young kids, you know, the boy and the girl, pushing a snout down on top of them, you know, breathing heavily.
Snorting and sniffing and yeah.
The biggest
And
difference
this was longer originally and scarier and worse.
I can't imagine. I know. The biggest difference here is that the T-Rex doesn't really roar in this movie. It snarls and growls like a lion or tiger, but there's no like outright mammalian roar that, you know, we're used to thanks to things like Jurassic Park, which was invented for that movie. They combined things like the lion's roar, an elephant.
I have wondered,
projected
what did dinosaurs, we can't know what they sounded like. We can, you know, guess based on like anatomy, but
Yes. These more like subdued sounds that this T-Rex makes, the sharp tooth, this is believed to be much more accurate to like real T-Rexes, like what they would have actually sounded like. The sound that they think a T-Rex actually made is so much scarier to me than like a roar. They're described as deep, resonant growls, rumbling hisses.
like tick, 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 tick.
Yes, and like low frequency booms, so low that the human ear wouldn't be able to hear it.
Whoa.
Rather, it would be felt in the chest cavity
Gross.
and in the bones. You would
Gross.
feel the T-Rex hunting you.
Yuck.
You wouldn't hear it.
Yuck.
I know.
Yuck.
But
Gotta
if
hate
you-
that.
if you could hear it, it would probably sound a little something like this.
It's like the villainous version of the whale sounds that I love. It's like if a villain was a whale. So if a whale was a villain. Yeah, it's like if a wistful whale sound wanted you dead.
It's so, but like the knocking sounds and the like,
Because
like
you can feel like their vocal
but like
cords.
not
like,
on your phone though. Like if you had like headphones on, the bass that rumbles with it is like, ugh.
I mean, we've talked about on the show before different like tones, different sounds being very, very, very unsettling to human beings. That has to be one of the like just way, way ancient back just.
Because like the big distinction is that the T-Rex roar, it's obviously a very open-mouthed lion roar. But they're saying, what they think actually is that it projected vocally with its mouth closed. So it was more of like a guttural feeling.
like a
more
hum,
than,
like a
yes. Yeah. More, they say that like the elephant sort of like groaning sounds that elephants make is like pretty close, which they did use in the Jurassic Park like sound effects.
Okay. So it is the elephant graveyard.
Yes. So I don't know. That would be one of the scariest things you could possibly hear, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Aside from like the lion like growl, like that sound from like Jumanji that it makes in the shadows.
Yeah, I
when it
mean
does that,
scary,
like,
but I'm more scared of a T-Rex.
yeah, definitely. If I had to go up against one or the other.
Yeah.
But You know, the T-Rex, would it chase you? You're pretty small.
Lion or the Rex? The man or the bear?
I don't know. The man or the bear?
Always the bear. Every time.
So here, Littlefoot's mother comes to the rescue, leading to a very intense dino fight to the death, where the T-Rex jumps on her back and takes a big ol' bite, which we only see in shadow. Classic Hays Code stuff, right?
Yeah.
Conceal the violence.
Yep.
But we can still see the giant red bite taken out of her back.
But also, she's a badass.
She is.
She's just like, this Apatosaurus is gonna, and like we talked about in part 1, this fight never would have happened because a T-Rex is too smart to take on an Apatosaur.
Right.
A T-Rex would never have taken down an Apatosaur.
The T-Rex, I don't know, one of them should have been bigger or smaller than they were. I think the Apatosaurus is much bigger than that T-Rex. I don't know, though.
I don't know either.
Because there are also scenes where like Littlefoot's much bigger than Sarah, and other times they're the same size.
The tail would have been able to like decapitate a T-Rex, is what that research said. Like,
yeah.
And her tail, I mean, badass. This mama is coming in there. She is not playing. This is
like a prize
take care of it.
Prize fighting boxer going up against like a sumo wrestler. Like
yeah, kind of.
There's no comparison. The sumo wrestler just lays down on top of you and you're done. Slaps you in the face.
Yep.
You're out.
And that's the Apatosaurus. Yeah, just her tail being that massive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stuff doesn't come back from that.
No. Yeah, definitely. Like
and
said,
I didn't remember how
you.
it happened. You know, like I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to hurt. Like I knew all of those things. But the added guilt of like Littlefoot and Sarah and like Littlefoot being chased by the T-Rex, and now she wouldn't have had to fight the T-Rex if not for Littlefoot being chased.
I know.
And I would have had a really hard time with that as a kid. I remember now thinking about that. Like I need to like make sure I am, you know, doing what I'm supposed to be doing and never putting my mom in harm's way like that. And that sort of stuff being very, very, very big for me.
I know. I did not remember that it was a T-Rex.
Either way, it wasn't Littlefoot's fault. But
I mean, ultimately, no. But as a kid, I always thought too.
The incorrect circle of life. The paleontologically incorrect circle of life.
Nice. Yeah. I always thought that like their earth rumbling, rock crumbling battle is what caused the earthquake. Because it happens like right after. Were we supposed to assume that?
I don't know. It does happen right after, and they are gigantic animals, so. It
just sort of like had this correlation.
It would be awfully coincidental.
Yeah, I don't know. If not, then it's like the earthquake is just a fun way to take these incredibly high stakes and raise them even higher. Like,
fun is a choice of word. Yeah.
The terrifying T-Rex battle isn't enough urgency for you kids. Right. What if we crack the earth into...
Yeah, what if the earth were just splitting right now and right here?
What if we just separated your family from you and activated a bunch of new volcanoes across the land? Just for fun, just for the hell of it. Don't worry, we've got a narrator. He'll keep you safe. And this narrator says, in this time of the clash of continents, a great earthquake split the land. Herds were divided, families were cut in two, including Littlefoot's and Sarah's. Grab your flashlights and your tissue boxes, everybody, because a Littlefoot needs some help finding his mother. Following the earthquake is a quiet, rainy night where we can presume that all the dinos in the area are resting and mourning the losses of their loved ones. And Littlefoot's experience is no less heartbreaking. He searches the calm, echoing darkness for his mother, stumbling over loose rubble until he spots her lying at the cliff's edge, unable to move. He begs her to get up, and she tries, but when she can't, she wants to know if he remembers the way to the Great Valley.
Why do I have to know? You're gonna be with me.
But why do I have to know?
I'll be with you even if you can't see me. What do you mean? I can always see you.
What do you mean if I can't see you?
Oh boy. Oh buddy.
I can't. I really, really can't.
And
And
like-
I couldn't decide if it's better or worse that she's having this. I mean, I think it's ultimately, I do think it's better, but in terms of like the emotion of the scene, is it better or worse than Mufasa? Because in the case
Mhm.
of Mufasa, it's get up, get up, get up, get up, and he's not moving. Versus this, it's get up, and she's like, I can't, but I am gonna talk you. I'm gonna talk you out. Like I'm gonna.
There kind of is
Gonna
the
do a little
element
monologue.
of that. Because, like, she knows there's not enough time to talk him through this. She chooses some words of wisdom, or whatever this is. She says, let your heart guide you. It whispers, so listen closely. And visually, we've now moved far enough away from the two of them lying there in the rain, in the night, in the dark, that we can't see that Littlefoot's mother has died. But we know she has died because he continues speaking to her, but she doesn't answer, like Mufasa. So we do kind of get that
The
same.
great kings of the past look down on us from those stars.
Man, I don't know. The image of them lying there like that, though, like the lightning flashing,
We're never
the
truly
rain
alone.
falling, it's haunting. It's haunting, and it hits me so much harder as a parent looking at my own son. Like,
Let your heart guide you. It whispers. So listen closely.
it's like, well, what would I say? Like, what would I say to him if those are my dying words to my own kid? Like, I think she knocks it out of the park. If you ask
She
me.
does. She really did. Can't say enough good things about her, really,
She did great.
as a mom.
I don't know where my like mortal dread of my mother dying came from. This may have had something to do with
I mean,
it.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I can trace mine.
But yeah, like I said, just like looking at my own kid, I'm just like, there are just like layers and layers and layers to this that make it feel a little bit unbearable at times.
I would
thinking about
imagine
it.
so.
It was hard to write about.
It's unbearable.
So,
I mean, this scene right here, if we're talking about
this is
pretty
the one
dark
that everybody
history,
like remembers. This is the big moment
from childhood,
everyone talks
us
about.
talking about this podcast, this is one of the scenes, if not the biggest, most impactful scene that caused us to want to start a podcast in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, it started here. It started here when both you and I were separately very young
Yeah.
children.
The death of Littlefoot's mother.
This is where it began.
Just, the tears. I cried.
Me too.
The tears as a kid.
And it's easy now, and maybe even for me as a kid, because I would have been seeing it all around the same time. But looking at like Mufasa's death and this scene, Bambi as well. But like
Bambi's mother dying.
by the time we were born, all of these films, were
We were
or at
watching
least by
all
the
of
time we
them.
were conscious, we were watching them all kind of back to back to back. And I will say that's a different effect than someone who just watched Bambi in the 40s one time and, kind of moved on and dealt with that, processed that. Or somebody that just watched Land Before Time in the late 80s when they were really young and then kind of moved on, and then they were a little older by the time Lion King happened and they had processed more of life and more of that circle of life kind of, information. Millennials...
We were dealing
like,
with the
in
death
the
of
heart of it,
everybody's parents.
Everybody's parents were dying in all the movies we watched.
They all
back
died.
to back to back.
All
It's
the
a different
beloved
thing.
ones.
Which is another reason why I think, we started the podcast, why this is so important, is that all of that media was ready and waiting for us, which is a different media experience.
I'll say. I've never thought
And
about it like that. Yeah.
It compounds, like one on top of the other, for sure. I know it did for me personally. Can't speak for everyone. Everybody's not going to see every movie. But again, we talk about that sometimes. Like back then, there were only so many children's movies being made coming out. There were so many animated
they were
movies.
all releasing on VHS or Betamax, and like everybody was getting the new Disney release. So like everybody's like watching these movies.
It was a completely different experience. And yeah, not only did we have them all like at our fingertips in the way that you could have something at your fingertips in the 90s, different compared to today, but everybody had them.
You would watch like The Lion King, and in the previews it'd be like, now on VHS, Bambi, and it would be like, and it'd be like, I gotta watch it, I gotta watch that.
From the vault. Disney, yeah.
And then, other movies would be, like, The Land Before Time, now on Betamax. And it'd be like, you're getting all the, like, previews.
So, and like, not only was this the first time, like, that a generation of young children had this many things to watch consecutively or in the same time frame. But it was also the first time that that we had the ability to watch them on demand over and over and over, rewind and watch it again.
And over.
So again, that's compounding the trauma. That's a different thing. It's a different thing entirely.
Yeah.
So we were watching all of them. We were watching all of them multiple times, and that's why you and I are sitting here.
That is
staring
why
at each other today.
The way that we are. We could actually explain this,
but
to
never
Michael
really
Scott.
alone in that. We could.
Never alone. But when he asks us why we are the way that we are, we could answer.
Why are you the way you are? Why do you choose the way you choose to be?
We have answers to these questions. But the thing that like really, really breaks me up about this is the events that must have taken place between this scene and the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
How long did he lie there?
Uh-huh.
And how did he ever leave her?
Yeah, that makes me want to throw up.
Yes, me too.
But
I sat and thought about this for a long time.
And this is grief, right? This is,
Yep.
and we're going to talk about that. I'm sure you talk about different stages of grief because he has a different attitude coming up that's hard to explain, but it's, you're processing a lot of these emotions.
But yeah.
But there's that grief where you're like, I'm consumed by this. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't do anything else. And then eventually your human body requires you to do other stuff. Eventually you have to eat. You have to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume
if you don't die of a broken heart.
The most plausible way that he would have ever like chosen to leave her would be to justify leaving. It would be, I'm going to go find some food.
She told me to.
Well, she told me to, but I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go and come right back.
Because what if she wakes up? Because imagine,
what if she does wake up? You don't know what death is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What experience does Littlefoot have with death?
She didn't say, I'm about to leave you forever. And you have to go.
She just said, I'll always be with you.
I'll be with you. He's like, okay, you're with me.
Right here?
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're Norman Bates. Norman Bates.
Man, you just
God.
really created something. You've created an association that's going to be really hard to undo for a lot of people.
I know. I
hope you're happy with yourself.
That's what I had to do to survive this. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the way my brain works. I'm seeking medication. I'm trying very, very hard to get better. Jesus Christ. He has no concept of death. He has seen other dino skeletons, presumably. Maybe she's explained to him. Maybe.
Yeah, we're making a lot of assumptions here because she's a great mom and she knows the realities of this very harsh, place that they live. To place it in time, I suppose. So it's not impossible that she's explained this before and we just weren't privy to that.
My thinking is that he gets so hungry, he goes for food and then like gets lost and like can't find his way back. And so he's just wandering around.
And then he's like, well, she told me this way.
Yeah.
So
maybe
the right circle.
Maybe she's just gone. Or, I don't know. But the narrator's pretty clear that he hardly noticed his hunger. So it's just sort of like, did he eat? Honestly, are any of these characters eating anything? Because they seem to be wandering for some time.
They are eventually.
Without finding food.
Yeah, they are eventually.
So it's just, I don't know how he ever got up and chose to leave. Which is why they don't show it. They intentionally don't show us what bridges this scene
time has passed
and the next scene with old Rooter when he gets there. But it's just sort of like he would have had to choose. It's
lost. Just a chunk is taken out of your life. A chunk is taken out of you when something like this happens. It can't be mended. It can't be replaced. It can't be fixed. It is just a dark black hole. And that's grief.
I think in reality, he probably would have perished.
Died there with her?
With her.
Yeah.
In reality. Yeah. I mean, no, in reality, he never would have known his mother.
That's what I was about to say. In reality,
is that the silver lining?
Are we talking about like emotional, like human reality? Or are we talking,
Jesus Christ.
If we're talking about life reality in this Cretaceous era?
Because also the
Jurassic
Earth just split in two.
Yeah.
It's like...
In reality, they never would have had an emotional connection to sever in the first place. So, is that a comfort? I don't know.
It has to be.
Should it be?
Something has
I don't
to.
know.
Better than Norman Bates.
Yeah, maybe that's what we
Oh,
should
man.
stick with.
So like I said, not spiraling existentially, not having a difficult time at all. I definitely didn't not go into my bathroom a day after recording last episode and cut all my hair off.
Oh,
You noticed?
I mean, yeah, that's a surefire sign that you're going through something.
Yeah, just like no planning, nothing. Just went in there and just started just hacking away.
Mhm.
It looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty good about it. So feeling
Just
better.
got rid of all that hair.
I just needed a break from hair real fast.
Mhm.
Also,
I saw that.
you see my ET shirt?
I see.
That's as
That's
far as I
pretty
should
cool.
go. You don't need to see my belly hair, but I ordered some new fun nostalgia nerd T-shirts,
Nice.
and this is one of them. I had to go my
We-
Spielberg route with it.
Reach for the dopamine wherever
That's it.
exists. So we took a break a minute ago. Obviously, we're coming back to
Sure did.
the land
Sure did.
before time. But while on said break, I was sitting in the chair. Christian was putting his child to bed,
Yes.
and I was looking down at my phone, and we just left the Zoom running because it's complicated. But anyway, the Zoom was still running, and I looked up at his camera and saw very clearly the door of his office move, like a twitch, like an opening of the door. And he's talked to me about ghosts in this house before. And I could not see whether a human person, perhaps a child-sized one, had done anything. But I was like, all I know is that from my angle, I saw the door move. And so I texted him and I was like, I just saw this happen. And I like waved to Mason because if anybody has to go through any of the just silent dead footage of us, taking a break, I was like, I flagged the camera and I like said something out loud. So I was like, somebody can go back and scrub and look and see, just, an observation. And then Christian was like, no, that was probably me.
It probably was.
Hate to burst the ghosty bubble.
I did open my door at some point. I don't know when exactly I did.
But I didn't see the door open all the way is the thing.
Yeah.
I just saw like the movement of the door back
See,
and
I don't know.
forth. So it's kind of weird.
I don't know what was seen. I wasn't looking.
Can't look back until the night's over.
You mentioned perhaps child-sized. I don't know. It would either be child-sized or it would be a grown woman-sized if it were a spirit.
Right.
Or something pretending to be both.
Mm.
I'm not sure which is which, and I kind of hope I never find out.
We'll just go with
Not gonna lie to
the
you.
prevailing theory, which is that you did open the door at some point, and it was likely you. That I just couldn't see you.
Maybe it
in
was the
frame.
ghost of a dinosaur. A dino
A
ghost.
dino ghost.
That'd
Probably.
be it.
I was trying to think of which one we've disparaged the most. Probably the T-Rex. Stop talking about my
God.
arms.
Yeah.
Sharp
You
Tooth is like,
think this
quit
is
it.
silly? He's just slapping you around. You think these are funny?
Yeah, is this funny to you?
Oh,
Slapping the could your arms do this and the door opens? It's like, yeah, man, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
good.
exactly what we were saying, bro.
Oh man, yeah, we make jokes because we have to get back with Littlefoot, reeling from the death of his mother.
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosts,
Yeah, cover the most harrowing
Speaking
scene
of
in all of our
spirits.
podcast history, and just gotta
talk
pick back
about
up and
spirits
go with
coming
it.
on back and talking to you and doing shit, guiding you.
Guiding you.
Whenever Littlefoot does manage to eventually leave his mother, his dead mother's corpse, the giant Apatosaurus, dead body, the carcass of an animal that's still
How many
lying
more ways
there.
do you need to say it? I'm just
His mother's
curious.
cadaver.
Thanks.
Yeah, he eventually
What's going on here?
stumbles into old Rooter, and
What,
we
you're
learn
wrong,
that
you're not.
Littlefoot is angry
Yeah.
at his mother for dying.
He's
For
crying,
going
he's
up
blaming
against
her.
a T-Rex. Yeah, she knew that was a sharp tooth.
Yeah.
She should have known better.
God.
This makes a lot of
Stages of grief.
sense. Yes. Anger feels so much better than sorrow.
Mhm.
And it's much easier than blaming yourself for her death, even if you did kind of cause it.
I think I kind of always skip this step.
Lead to
I don't
the
know what that says
events
about
that
me.
led to her demise
Yeah.
because she was protecting you from the creature that you
Yeah.
knew was out there.
And I, as a kid and now, I fully skip the anger step in grief most of the time. I'm not saying it hasn't happened to me. I don't know how unhealthy that makes me, but I immediately jump to that part. It's my fault. I'm blaming myself.
I usually get angry at myself. Like I wouldn't blame her. I would definitely be just royally pissed at myself. The self-loathing. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. It wouldn't be anger at her.
It wouldn't be directed toward,
Reuter says, it isn't anybody's fault. He says, the great circle of life has begun. But you see, not all of us arrive together at the end. And Littlefoot will always miss her, but she'll always be with him as long as he remembers the things that she taught him. In a way, you'll never be apart, for you are still part of each other.
I wrote down every single one of these lines, and then the next thing I wrote was, my tummy hurts. I don't even say tummy. I don't like the word.
And the tummy pains go away in time as well. And those are some fine words of encouragement and all, but then Reuter just walks away, leaving this helpless child to fend for himself in the middle of a climate crisis. Earthquakes, volcanoes, scarcity, famine, like nothing. He just says, well, good luck with your grief.
Much like matriarch of a sauropod would have done in the first place.
Best of luck in life and all that. Thus begins the depressing grief montage, where Littlefoot mostly just lies around and refuses to eat, even when one of the little pterosaur dudes offers him some food.
Phoebe liked these tiny terries too. She was into
they make
the
a
tiny
fun
terry.
sound.
Yeah,
the tiny terries.
She literally was asleep next to me. She heard that sound. She was like, "Wait a second, that
Wait a
sounds interesting."
I know the ancestor of a bird when I hear it.
Yeah.
All right, I want to eat that. Let me have it. They made a very. It's like a. I don't know if it comes from this movie, but that sound. I know that sound very well. They make their little like cooing, chirping sound they make.
I mean, that would have made its way into your brain pretty early on. So
yeah, it would have been.
I think I remember that from then. Yeah.
At one point, Littlefoot wanders around aimlessly until he finds a long neck footprint, which might be his mother's, but probably isn't. And a stray tree star falls from the sky and lands in the footprint. The magical water droplets pool at the center as Littlefoot hears his mother's voice reminding him of the way to the Great Valley.
Look hard.
Remember the way to the Great Valley.
She says, I'll be in your heart, Littlefoot. Let your heart guide you. What is that? Let your heart be your guide.
Heart guide you.
What is that?
Conscience be
let
your
your conscience be your guide. Oh, man, see?
Always let your conscience be your guide.
Jiminy Cricket.
Let your conscience be your guide.
Moving onward, Littlefoot sees his large shadow cast against a rock, and he thinks it's his mother. This kid is living so deeply within his own grief, he's practically hallucinating, and he begins licking the rock, hoping it really is her.
I mean, this is
this
arguably this would be denial, I think. Yes. But this is arguably as heartbreaking as her actual death. Because it's that realization that he doesn't really understand the world that he's in yet.
He doesn't
and he's going to have to keep living
there.
that moment again and again and
Over
again
and
until
over.
it takes.
He has to keep losing
like we all
her.
do. Every morning when we wake up after something traumatic, after something terrible, hoping that we've woken up from the thing, you have a few seconds in the morning before the reality hits you and you're like, oh yeah, that
is the worst thing.
That is real. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's exactly what's happening to him. And this messed me up pretty bad also, because that split second of hope feels so much worse when it crashes down a second and third and fourth time, you know? It gets exponentially worse.
Yep.
Because it's
your
like you
own
then
grief
have the
kicking you when
grief
you're down.
of all the days prior just landing on top of you as well.
Yep. It's bad. It's like you said last time. It shows you what it is like.
Yeah.
Like what it would be like to lose your mother.
Yeah. I cried at this point.
Yeah.
Watching it back.
This is when I began to like nervous laugh because it was making me very uncomfortable as an adult. You know, like I'm like, this is fucked. This is.
And okay, yeah,
this is too
Spielberg,
much.
okay, yeah, you're right. We all deal with it. We do. And it's good, I guess, to see it and represented in media before it happens to you. And like, yeah, okay. You're not wrong, but like, holy shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Ouch.
I don't know like what he was trying to work through. Like maybe he should have gone to therapy instead of making this movie.
We say stuff like that all the time, but when they were like in part 1 talking about like their motivations, and when at first they're all nervous laughing around the storyboards, like,
they're like
maybe not, and then it turns out like no, that it's the circle of life. Like these are facts. Kids need to know the facts.
It's definitely. I mean,
it was a conscious decision, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like it was a
definitely.
conscious decision, not even on the part of any one creator, but on the part of like humanity moving forward as a whole. Kids got to see it. Kids got to know. And I respect that.
We've talked before about how we don't know how to grieve. Like we never, we choose, like we opt out as much as we possibly can from grief. Like we
Western
do not
society. Yeah.
Yes. We've never truly learned. Like you
weren't taught. It's not baked into the culture in Western, particularly America.
Right.
You're a cog in the capitalism machine. Like you're supposed to just get up and keep going.
Right.
Like you keep going until you fall down dead too. Like that's how this is supposed to work. We're supposed to be generating wealth for the billionaires. That's what we're here to do. So your grief, your
there's no time
anguish,
to grieve.
Yeah, there's
time
no
is money.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay for your grief? Who funds that, you know?
Right. You better keep working because, you don't want to put that on anybody else.
Yeah, it's something. It's really something. So, I mean, you know, in a way, we do need media like this, like especially when we're kids.
Because it does prime you. Like it creates those neural pathways and it kind of primes you to have that emotional experience.
Yeah,
it gives you,
you know what
path
death
forward.
is conceptually, but you don't know what death is actually, like literally, unless you've experienced it. If you have, then that's different. But like movies like this, media like this, that shows you another character experiencing
You're never
grief.
really alone. It's that whole idea.
It goes ahead, like exactly what you were just saying, priming you for the inevitable experience of losing someone close to you is going to happen. It's going to happen.
I am certain that probably Darkling's listening, but I'm certain that there have been hundreds upon hundreds probably of kids who have been going through like therapy after a traumatic event, grief, loss of a parent, whatever thing. Like, I mean, I don't know. There are camps for that kind of thing. Like there are group therapy and that sort of stuff specifically so you can be around other people experiencing never your grief. It's like a fingerprint. Like it's never going to be exactly the same person to person, but it's very valuable and therapeutic. It's used as therapy to be around people who are grieving the same or similar loss that you're grieving. Yeah. So I can see like that being this movie even being a tool that has been referenced in people's lives to say, you know, this kid that's angry and mad that their mom isn't coming back and like upset. And like, do you remember when Littlefoot felt that way and like what happened to him and how he had to, you know, like I can see it being used to talk a kid through some of those emotions even later on.
Sure.
And hey,
sure.
Again, we can have all the thoughts we want to about this and like feel different ways about what John Bluth, particularly Spielberg, but you know, John Bluth did to us.
Right.
But imagine as a creator to have that impact, to say that your media, something that you put out there in the world, could be used as a tool like that, to be used for a generation of people to cope with the realities of living.
That's something that I aspire to.
That's a huge
actually.
Impact. Me too. Maybe not this specific type of grief. But yeah, it's a huge, very impactful thing to have and to carry. And you can argue all day long, like if he did it right and like what way, you know, but at the end of the day,
There's no right way to grieve either. So
and there's no right way to grieve. So he did this, and this, I really like that we're able to get into this, like this specific concept, because this is so central to our show.
It really is. Yeah.
It's the thing.
It's pretty much the worst thing a kid could imagine, you know, other than, you know, it happening to themselves. Like,
to me, it was worse than that. I would have gladly taken it myself my whole life. Even when I was a kid, I would have rather done that. I used to ask God for that. I used to ask God for that. Like if that was his plan somehow to take my parents or for something like that, to take me instead.
Is that normal? Because I did the same thing.
Like, I would say probably not.
Well, okay. I would volunteer as tribute to take my mother's place. Not my dad's, not my father's place. That was a different story.
I would have done it for any of my family.
My mom especially.
My sister even when I was little, even when we did not get along, I would have.
Just my mom. I was a mama's boy. Just my mom. But I mean, like, what is that? Like, the kids shouldn't have to feel that way about their parents.
No.
We should never have to, like, have those thoughts. Like, well, if God gave me the choice. Like,
if God gave his only son and he was standing in,
oh, God did it.
Standing in this sacrificial way, I would sacrifice myself
Jesus was
for
willing,
these people that I love also. Like, it was a baked-in example for me.
I'd be willing to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very different, obviously. But I mean, this was, again, all trickled down into the brain of baby Kaylin at a similar time in development. Know what I'm saying?
Wow. No, I know what you mean. I was pretty close to that. I was right there. I align with those fucked up thought processes that we've both
as a
shared.
4 or 5-year-old child, really fresh.
Who
really
would
new.
you guys have died for when you were 6? The narrator says, "Then Littlefoot knew for certain
that he was alone,
and that though the great valley was far away and the journey there was perilous, he would have to find his way, or the chain of life would be broken."
Yeah, that is too much pressure on one Littlefoot. That's what I'm saying.
So it's clear that some more time here passes, because when Littlefoot runs into Sarah again, he's in much better spirits. She's like, "What do you want?" "Nothing." Like, it's just so different from like where we just were.
Where we just were emotionally, yeah.
Sarah, on the other hand, is just as sour as ever. But she also refuses to accept her fate, and she's determined to find her way across to the other side. Maybe a long neck can't do it, but she's a 3-horn.
A 3-horn does not need help from a long neck.
Littlefoot wants her to travel to the Great Valley with him, but Sarah wants to be with her own kind, and she'd apparently rather die trying to reunite with them than take one step alongside a long neck as she slips down to the bottom of the ravine, to the big underground, as apparently everyone calls it all of a sudden. He says, "At least we wouldn't be alone." And she says, "Well, when I find my sisters, I won't be alone, so go away. 3-horns can be very dangerous, and they only talk to other 3-horns, and they only travel with other 3-horns.
Me, 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 me.
But it's down there in the darkness of the big underground that Sarah eventually runs into the unconscious Sharptooth, which she awakens with her false bravado.
Again, she laughs in the face of danger a little too hard.
So much it wakes the danger. Which
you never want to wake the danger. No. I live a lot of my life trying not to awaken the danger. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Despondent and lonely again, Littlefoot rests beside a pond where dear darling Ducky is having a swim.
Hello.
And she tries to befriend Littlefoot, who is reluctant to speak, and eventually says the only thing he's probably been, saying to himself over and over for who knows how long now. "Don't you know anything? Long necks don't talk to whatever you are." But Ducky's unfazed and actually pretends that she is, in fact, a long neck.
I'm a long neck too, and I have a long tail like you.
My read here is that she just doesn't think their differences are important enough not to be friends. So she's like, what is a long neck again? Got it. I'm that too. Me.
Yeah,
me
that's
too.
me. What are you, a long neck? Me too.
Got it.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep. And I do love that attitude in Ducky. She's just like, she's unfazed. It's not even carefree. It's just like and you described her as carefree earlier, and I get that.
Well,
I have
think
this read on it.
The Earth shake came,
Sure. I have this read on Ducky that she is not necessarily carefree. She's just able to rise above it. She has a different mentality about it. She looks at it differently. It's not so much that she doesn't see it.
It's a perspective shift, yeah.
I love that about her.
Sure. That makes sense. And that's where Littlefoot was. But he's just He's experienced
Life has
some
beaten him
hardship.
down.
Life's gotten him down.
And
for
she's just as lost as he is, It's like
Yeah.
she's been dealt the same hand, and she's handling it
She's
in a different
also
way.
lost her family in the earth shake.
And I get it on Littlefoot's part. He's been rejected by Sarah, so he has that he's kind of projecting onto Ducky, because it's the idea that I'm going to just reject you before you reject me, because I know that's what you're going to do anyway.
He's been kicking himself for being stupid this whole time. Like, I thought she could, I'm just dumb. I don't know anything. I'm alone. I'm stupid.
Then I love that there's a Ducky. I love that a Ducky exists to challenge
that narrative. And then Ducky comes along and changes his mind. Yeah, she's like, she's challenging what he's been thinking this entire time.
Yeah. Sometimes we just need a Ducky. Sometimes we just need a Ducky in our life.
Yeah.
And it's cute because she admits it. She's like, all right, I'm not a long neck. I'm a big mouth. But I am all alone. She's like,
But I am all alone. I am.
I am.
I'm so alone. So yeah.
I lost my family in the big earth shake.
They have that in common.
Her voice.
They have a very similar story. But Sarah also did too. It's just she's just handling it differently.
Yeah. My name's Ducky. Yep, that's what it is. Yep.
Ducky introduces some lighthearted fun into Littlefoot's life, which is something he's been desperately in short supply of. She hums a little tune and they dance and laugh, and she says, don't step on a crack or you'll fall and break your back. I would have looked into this, but we've already covered this.
We've covered this. We covered it in the Hey Arnold. Yes, the Hey Arnold Friday the 13th episode, that whole myth. Break your mother's back, and I guess they couldn't go there yet. They couldn't. Yeah, no, of course. There yet.
Somebody wrote that, and they went, "Wait, no, not your mother's.
Not your mother's back. Your mother's back was just broken. Never mind."
Yeah, she's already fucking broken, dude.
But I wrote down that I guess we were wrong. Whatever, I don't remember what I said in that episode when we covered it, because clearly this goes all the way back to the prehistoric era.
Oh yes,
it originated with Ducky.
Yes, it does.
I don't know what we said, but it was wrong.
Everything goes back, to the prehistory.
It all goes back to Ducky.
Back when Atlantis was thriving.
And they had old wives' tales and,
aliens.
Superstitions then, too.
Reptilians. All kinds of stuff.
Superstitions are prehistoric.
Ain't that the truth, man? And it's when their stomachs start talking that they meet their next companion.
I understand.
Because Littlefoot chomps down on what seems to be a talking tree. And Ducky says, you should not eat talking trees. And I agree. But it's just Petrie, the flyer who can't fly.
Flied? No, you falled.
No, you falled. And this isn't just an ironic detail that gives Petrie a fun character arc, but it's also something that makes the three of them similar. None of them can fly.
Even though we know Petrie would have been flying. We're this real.
Yeah, he'd be fine. But it's a hard thing to fly. I don't know if you know that.
Just ask Hilary Duff.
By now, Sarah is fleeing from the sharp tooth that she has awakened in the depths of the earth. Just as Littlefoot and friends get tangled up in yet another dinosaur skeleton. And they all run into each other in some kind of fog-drenched prehistoric forest of stone and sprawling tree roots. And I couldn't make heads or tails of what they were walking on, but, I didn't really ask any questions. And naturally, she pretends to have come back to warn them about the sharp tooth. And there seem to be two reasons that Littlefoot doesn't believe her. One, she's using the story to once again sell the idea that she's tough and brave, which isn't hard to see through. And two, he doesn't want to believe that the beast that killed his mother is still alive. Because that isn't fair.
No, it isn't.
It really isn't, considering, like you said earlier, and in part one, a T-Rex would have never gone up against an Apatosaurus, and even if it did, it would have lost.
Definitely wouldn't have lived to tell the tale.
Right. It's not fair. Irregardless, this disagreement on the resilience of the sharp tooth is what ultimately causes the greatest rift between the group. And Sarah says, my father told me that flatheads have very small brains. So here we have yet another categorization or classification. Stereotype to differentiate between dinos. We have flatheads and dome heads, which we don't hear in the movie, but Sarah qualifies as a dome head. Implying that dome heads have bigger brains. And this feels very similar to pseudosciences like craniometry and phrenology, which were used to spread racist beliefs that different head sizes and shapes could mean higher or lower intelligence.
Yeah.
Craniometry was introduced by the father of scientific racism, Samuel George Morton,
Yeah.
a 19th century American physician who studied human skulls and biased his findings to prove, quote unquote, prove that Caucasians were more intelligent than
I wondered
other
if you were going to
races.
get into this.
Yeah.
As soon as you brought
Yeah.
up flatheads versus dome heads, I was like,
Yeah.
where are we going?
He believed that because white people had larger heads, like skulls, that they had larger brains, and that means that they were more intelligent.
Hmm.
And then a 19th century German physician named Franz Joseph Gall focused more on head shape, claiming that a human's intelligence and behavior could be surmised and predicted based on the bumps and indentations of their skull, which was also inevitably used to spread racist ideologies and justify things like slavery.
It's so insane because it's like, yeah, a lot of science is guessing, like hypothesizing and wondering, and how does this work and how does that work? But in a case like this, and many, many, many cases, you have to also understand that the people guessing and making these assumptions and trying to, like parse out what's reality had their own agendas that they
Yeah.
were tying in to their guesses.
Yeah.
They had
Anything
their
can be
own
corrupted,
beliefs that they were attempting to, like you said, quote unquote, prove with
Mhm.
science. Like that's not how good science is approached. It's supposed to be objective. It's supposed to be unbiased. But it wasn't.
Right.
It never really was.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, both theories have been like thoroughly debunked.
With actual science, yeah.
Yeah, with actual science. I mean, citing confirmation bias as like the main
Yes.
element that contributed to
Mhm.
these like quote unquote conclusions drawn.
Mhm.
But the crazy and like saddest thing is that like this same belief system has permeated culture
Mhm.
and racist belief like
Mhm.
to this day. Like
Because
racist
people
thought.
who want to hang on to something like racism, especially in, modern day when it's pretty thoroughly and heavily frowned upon, people that want to hang on to that kind of thing are looking for justification wherever they can find it, or manufacture it,
Right.
Like they're searching and seeking that out constantly.
Well, I mean, because now they can just kind of go, well, there was this doctor at one point. Like,
Mhm.
he's an actual doctor who said this about this, and that means this. And
Like many beliefs that have been debunked by science, yeah. If you need to cling to something that badly, you're gonna find your reasons and you're gonna cite your sources. However, however fucked up they are.
Yeah, but then they like took this and they worked it into a kid's movie, an animated children's film.
Mm-hmm.
But to really sell Sarah's like bold encounter with the Sharptooth, she reenacts the scene.
Sarah's story in this part, like whenever she's talking about what she did and how, like her heroics, like you said, the bravery, dear brave Sarah, and she's like, yes, I am brave. She says, like, I could be with the other three horns, but I chose to come back to you. And like just this,
Right.
all the psychology that goes into like that, it's not quite even narcissism because it's such a front, like it's such a veneer.
Yeah.
But it's that like the bully mentality that I'm controlling this narrative and I'm going to spin it whatever way makes you see me the way I want to be seen, even when I know that's not true.
She's a politician.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was, but this whole little monologue of hers, I could almost remember it, like recite it word for word.
Oh, yeah.
Like just her, I don't know if it was the tone of it, that it was like probably fun to imitate as a kid. I don't know.
Alone with him in the dark.
But when she's like, I was all alone with him in the dark, just the
I
sharp
can
tooth.
hear him
And
breathing.
it's like, I remember it so vividly as a kid. Like baby Kaylin watched, this movie. I can feel her watching this movie. And that part, like, I don't know what it was, but the dialogue here specifically really made me feel that way.
I mean, it's a great moment. Like,
I could see his one big,
walked
ugly
right
eye looking at me.
and the result of this immodest display is Ducky being hurled far down below, where she discovers the unhatched egg that's holding their final companion. This is Spike, the spike tail with no spikes yet. of the leaf eaters, this dude is definitely the most pot-headed.
Yeah.
He's big and lumbering and hungry and sleepy, and that's about all he is, but I love him so
love him
much.
too.
I love
I always
Spike.
did.
And the narrator tells how they all 5 travel as a never-before-seen herd of miscellaneous dinosaurs. And he gives it this flair of like awe and hopefulness, and yet still ends with the gut-punch reality they're forced to live with. That if they should lose their way, they will either starve or get eaten by a sharp tooth. Any sharp tooth, not just the one that's hunting them down. Just when the group seems to have located a clump of tree stars, another herd of much larger dinos comes storming past them, eating up all the green food. What are these? These are
I don't know.
sauropods.
Sauropods of some sort.
But they don't seem to be the same as Littlefoot. They're not
No.
a Apatosaurus.
They're not Apatosaurus. They might be Brachiosaurus. They might be any number of other sauropods. There are so
might
many.
be greediosaurs or selfishosaurs.
They could be those.
Just stealing food from children.
But see, that's what I would call Sarah.
Ooh, hey.
Or just the Entitleusaur.
Entitleusaur. Yeah, that's good. See, we
Because
can name.
she's all mad. She's
We
mad
can
that
name
they're
this
eating
creature.
her food. What about me? I'm still hungry.
Yeah, well, luckily, there's one measly tree left, but it's still too tall for them to reach. And they want Petrie to fly up there, but he's, too scared, too insecure, whatever. And Ducky says, Petrie, do not feel sad. It is all right. Many things do not
cannot
fly.
fly.
Rocks,
Rocks, trees,
sticks,
Spike.
Spike.
So sweet.
I know.
You're not alone. You're never really alone,
You're never
Petrie.
really alone. Spike can't fly either.
So many of these things can't fly. Never mind the fact that none of the rest of them can either.
I know.
But she doesn't think to say herself because she's not like that.
Yeah, she doesn't think of herself like that.
No.
She's just like, I could fly for you if I had to. I'm a long neck. I can do anything. So they pull a prehistoric Bremen town musicians and they stack up on top of each other to harvest the leaves.
I also really vividly remember, like, as this is happening when they're all stacked on top of each other, I really remember, because Spike has, like, his own theme music, and then Petrie's all freaked out, and then whenever Ducky kisses Petrie, and then just, like, falls, just, like,
Oh, yeah.
just falling through the air, I remember that, too, like, as a kid. I don't know why, but I remember it.
I mean, hey, kisses were
And
important.
I forgot how much they all tried to help Petrie fly.
Yeah.
Like, they were all really invested in him, like, having this growth moment, you know? Like, they wanted that for him.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
But Sarah is determined to get her own food by herself.
Yeah. I think
And
it's
she-
so funny they're working together.
Yeah,
They
she
look so
eventually
dumb, stacked on top of
eventually
each other.
goes to sleep by herself, warning them again about Sharptooth. But here's what I don't get. Why do the others go sleep by her and leave Littlefoot alone?
Yeah.
He's the one who helped them get the food.
I know.
He's the one who just gave Sarah food and made her think that she got her own food.
I know.
Like, he's a good kid, Charlie
He
Brown.
is a good kid, and it's tough. It's tough for me as a good kid seeing Sarah act out so much. We've talked about this in different, at different points in the show. I can't think of an example right off the top of my head,
Well,
but like
normally it's
seeing
seen
somebody
through,
act
but
out like
she's-
that.
They
And
can't see
I'm
through her.
assuming there are going to be social consequences to that because I would never be able to act out or say half the things that Sarah said. But in the case of Sarah, she can say no, like she can do no wrong, essentially. They've just accepted her and she's just part of it.
Well,
That's just how she is.
She
and
has this
they
like
keep
superior,
going
like
back.
elitist mentality because that's
Yeah.
what she's been raised on. She has like the silver spoon sort of.
Yeah.
Like,
And all of them are so, they don't want her to be alone. They have that empathy. They're all so empathetic,
but
even
then
when
they
she
leave
can't see it
Littlefoot
herself.
alone. Like,
Yeah.
why choose her over him? Is like my
Yeah.
question. Like their loyalty to her. I guess they just take her word for it. Like there's a sharp tooth and she's
Well, that's
brave.
the thing. They do. Like they're believing her narrative. I
Yeah.
think she's the pseudo leader,
Mhm.
in their mind.
I guess so. The de facto.
And one more thing on Sarah before we move. Just this like, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a turning point, but this is the loudest that her attitude has been to this point, because she's like, I can take care of myself all by myself, and I'm not afraid to be alone. And I know, like, all that, the bravado, talking it up over and over and over. And it's like, yeah, say it one more time and I'll believe you. But that's a grown-up perspective. Kids are kind of taking that at face value sometimes. Like, I think some kids would. I feel like she covered every base where she's like, I don't need you. I don't need your help. I don't need anything. And people are still, these kids are still like being so empathetic toward her. And I don't know. I feel like we all knew kids like Sarah.
Yeah, of course.
You know, where there was just that one kid.
She's not there for them. They're there for her.
Right.
Like it's.
And I guess it amazes me. It amazes me.
It is sort of mind-boggling.
And maybe that's my brandatism too, but like the injustice, like you were saying, of like, you know, they're all kind of loyal to Sarah. She didn't earn it. She doesn't deserve it.
It's all talk, yeah. I guess they see Littlefoot as like the brains and Sarah as the brawn. You know, they're just sort of like.
And if they're scared in the, you know, of in the night, they want to be with the person.
She's tough.
The one who is the person.
In case it
they want to be with the one who has dealt with Sharptooth head on, you know.
Yeah, knows how to survive the encounter. Yeah. But the ironic thing here is that they do all wind up sleeping where Littlefoot is. And none of them know it. But they've made their bed in Sharptooth's footprint. Come morning, they all learn just how wrong Littlefoot was. When Sharptooth comes tearing through the clearing and chases them through a rock face, and fortunately, just on the other side is the rock shaped like a long neck. So they continue walking on toward the mountains that burn. Littlefoot was wrong about the Sharptooth, but the others followed him. Their only hope was to reach the Great Valley, and Littlefoot alone knew the way. Like, really though? He's pretty clear about following the sun. Like, they could do that too. Or is it just that, like, it's just this mystical thing where his mother's spirit is like guiding him because he's listening to his heart?
I think it's that.
Maybe that's why they don't trust him, because they're like, say what now? Your
Who
mother's talking to you in your heart?
She did.
Sarah fought the thing and won. Like, let's go hang out with her. I guess I can kind of see that. But nearing the volcanoes now, I mean, you can literally see the ash falling all around them as they begin climbing up the mountainous rocks. And as the narrator says, though they were sore stumped and tired, Littlefoot urged them on. He'd never seen the Great Valley, but his heart told him that they were close. Surely at the top, they'd behold it, finally. But of course, when they crest the peak, they find only more barren rock on the other side. Sarah, for one, has had enough and decides to go the easy way, which I really think is just going through the volcanoes rather than going around them. But it's kind of unclear, like, the geography of this journey is a little bit hazy. And Littlefoot insists that the easy way is the wrong way. Sarah wants to know who says. My mother. Then she was a stupid long neck too.
You can't be doing a your mom.
Nope.
Again, prehistoric. Your mom joke? Prehistoric.
It goes back to the land before time. Pretty unforgivable.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably fight her myself. Bold words, strong words.
Fighting words.
Fighting words. They duke it out until everybody's feelings are hurt, including my poor buddy Spike, who buries his face in the sand. And when Littlefoot and Sarah go their opposite ways, the others are forced to choose between them. And they agree to take the easy way with Sarah.
God, it triggers so much stuff for me. Because I feel like I'm the one that's like that, but that isn't the right way. Like, you can't do it. And but no, the easy way is where I want to go. And it's like, it's a canon event. I can't fix it for you, but I really want to.
I really, really want to. It's the easy way. Sarah is tough, but also they don't know just how dangerous volcanoes are.
Yeah.
And apparently nobody does. Apparently no filmmaker knows how dangerous volcanoes and lava actually are, because every movie that uses lava, from The Land Before Time to Revenge of the Sith to Return of the King, uses it to an impossible degree, pun intended. The truth is, you can't get that close to lava. It's physically impossible. Lava burns at 2,000 to 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. So the closest you can come to a small, tiny, sluggish stream of cooling black lava, which is called Pahoehoe, by the way, is just a few feet for only a few seconds before it begins to blister your skin and either ignite or melt your clothes. Take your pick which one you'd prefer. And that's only if you're upwind of the Pahoehoe. So it would be impossible.
We've all underestimated. I mean, the floor is lava wouldn't even be a thing.
No. The floor
you wouldn't
is
be able
lava.
to get that close.
You're lava. The world
you're
is
lava.
lava.
If the floor is lava, you're lava too.
You're lava. So it would be impossible for these dinos to maneuver around these larger flows of lava, like the actual absolute rivers of lava that they're just sort of crossing over. I couldn't find anything that would tell me how close you could get to these rivers of lava, but everything said that a safe distance is about half a mile.
Whoa.
But there are a few other factors at play here, like steam explosions and sulfur dioxide gas, which is toxic to breathe. So even if the heat itself didn't kill you up close, the air would be unbreathable.
I've thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So Sarah leads them through the volcanoes and the lava, passing active tar pits and not one but two more dino skeletons.
Skeletons are a bad sign, universally. Ask any pirate,
absolutely.
they'll tell you.
Dead men tell
Ask
no
any
Dead
Goonie,
dinos.
they'll tell you.
Tell no tales. And here's where things get real dicey. Petrie falls into a tar pit. Ducky and Spike are trapped in the middle of a river of lava. And Sarah ends up being chased by a band of dome-headed sharp teeth, other types of dome heads. These are the Pachycephalosaurs, which were from the late Cretaceous period, and actually ate plants and insects, not juvenile Triceratops. So they were not meat eaters.
Then again, though, those dragonflies were pretty big.
Hey, you're right.
So.
Maybe, how big does the insect have to be before it becomes an animal? If you eat it, maybe you are a meat eater.
Maybe you're a meat eater after all.
I don't know. The exoskeleton, that'd be tough to get through.
Crunch, crunch.
Chomp, chomp. And if I'm correct, this is where they would have had Littlefoot go find the Great Valley and then come back for the others to rescue them when they go their separate ways. This is where he would have seen his mother's cloud spirit thing, and she would have shown him the valley, and he would have gone back to rescue them. We're going to get there. We're not there yet. Because he just sort of comes out of nowhere. And like omitting that whole sequence, it looks like he's just been following from a safe distance and is now here to rescue them. Like he acted like he was going to leave, but he didn't. Like Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I'm Littlefoot, I'm like, I mean, not for the rest of them, but if Sarah wants to go the other way, it's hard not to think like I'd let her.
Yeah, I know.
It's tough.
It is tough. I know. I would have followed Littlefoot for sure. But before he does come back to rescue them, we got some dinos and we got some volcanoes. We asked the question last time.
We did.
Why have artists and filmmakers always put these two together? Well, one of the first explanations I came across was that volcanoes are one of the main reasons why we even know that dinosaurs existed.
Because of the fossilization.
Yes. It's because of the effect
the lava records.
The volcanic ash and lava would have had on the preservation of their skeletons and ultimately their fossilization.
So really we have them to thank.
But that concept alone led to the outdated theory that volcanoes caused the extinction of the dinosaurs at the end of the Cretaceous period because of the Deccan Traps volcanic eruptions during this time, which would have happened in modern-day Western India.
Wow.
The Deccan Traps eruptions may have eventually wiped them out, but correlation does not, always equal causation, because we now know that there was a separate extinction event that ended the Cretaceous period, which came in the form of a massive asteroid that wiped out 75% of Earth's species, including all non-avian dinosaurs, which is a detail I did not realize.
Dino Dad, I think we're about to go extinct.
I did not realize that the flying dinosaurs survived, which, if you think about it, is the reason why we think dinosaurs were bird-like. that may be because
Yeah, the main
birds
ones. Yeah,
are the descendants of the flying
The remaining-
dinosaurs.
yeah, sure.
That doesn't mean
You're
all
putting that together
dinosaurs
today. I can see that.
were
Yeah.
birds.
Uh-huh.
It just means that the ones that the ancestors that exist survived the asteroid because
Yeah.
they could fly. I don't know why that matters, but it did apparently.
Mhm.
Anyway, we didn't know any of that for a while. So at first it's like, okay, so we don't know much about the age of dinosaurs, but we do know that there were volcanoes.
Mhm. And they're
So-
pretty dangerous.
They are.
We
They
can
are.
observe that.
So these were commonly used as backdrops in various artist renderings of what the prehistoric world would have looked like. You have a dinosaur, you got to draw something. Let's put a volcano back there. Why not? And from there, a lot of other artists,
Set the
including
scene.
filmmakers, loved that barren, savage imagery the volcanoes gave whatever dinosaur media they were creating, whether it was for nostalgic purposes or visionary purposes or what have you. But research and scientific remapping of the ancient world has revealed just how closely bound dinosaurs and volcanoes were. I ended up reading a lot about this, from like a Smithsonian
Good.
magazine article to a BBC article, and some other less reputable sources, admittedly. But the first correlation comes from the volcanic activity at the center of Pangaea during the late Triassic, early Jurassic periods,
Okay.
which reshaped all of the ecosystems around the planet roughly 200 million years ago,
Mhm.
ultimately causing the Triassic-Jurassic extinction,
Mhm.
which is also something I didn't know. I was like, what are all these different eras of like prehistory?
Mhm.
They were all marked by like
By an
a
extinction.
mass extinction event. Yes.
Mhm.
And the reason that this is significant for
So
dinosaurs,
that means ours is coming up, right?
we're definitely getting there. The reason that this is significant for dinosaurs is because dinosaurs at this time in the Triassic period, they were living alongside many other dominant species, from giant amphibians to giant reptiles. But for some unknown reason, dinosaurs were able to survive these ecological shifts, whereas the others could not, making dinosaurs the dominant species in the Jurassic era.
Mhm.
And that's really the long and short of it. But
Okay.
I did want to include a quote from Riley Black, the writer of this Smithsonian article that I found.
The extinction was a protracted grind of climate and environmental change. The most likely trigger is incredible outpours of greenhouse gases in what experts call the Central Atlantic Magmatic Province, or CAMP. The ancient volcanoes in that area, situated around the center of Pangaea, oozed and belched greenhouse gases in pulses over 600,000 years, covering roughly 3 million square miles in volcanic rock and causing sharp climate swings between hot and cold.
What we need is a Fern Gully Land Before Time mashup where Hexus wipes out all the non-dinosaur creatures.
All of Pangaea.
All of Pangaea, and makes dinosaurs like the top dog,
God.
the top of the food chain, you know? Greenhouse gases.
That's terrifying. Imagine that Toxic Love song, though. Just imagine.
Oh, man, that'd be great. The prequel. Fern Gully prequel. Like you just said,
Prehistoric.
the prehistoryquel. Like you just said, it may or may
much.
not come from volcanoes, but based on this paragraph alone, there's another mass extinction heading our way.
Uh-huh.
It may not be tomorrow, but it's coming. The only
May not
question
be.
is,
Also good.
the only question is whether or not humankind will survive.
Yeah. Whether we'll make it out or whether we'll survive to see the mass extinction.
Yeah, right. If we even get there, honestly.
Animals might make it, we might not.
It may very well be one day that octopi are studying both the
Yes.
age of dinosaurs alongside
And
the age of man,
Yeah.
taking notes on how to survive their own inevitable extinction event.
Yes.
Because it's coming for all of us eventually.
Mhm.
Theirs may be how to outlive the explosion of the supernova that is the sun.
Mhm.
But, that sounds like their problem,
Yeah.
which is
That is
exact mentality that all
I was about to say
fucking
that's
billionaires have.
dangerous. Really dangerous.
That's their problem. See,
That is
that's
a
the
slippery
thing.
lava slope.
They can deny this all they want out loud to the public, but that just keeps the peace. They know
Oh,
because
of
they're
course
intelligent.
they do. Of
They
course
know
they
that
do.
this kind of thing takes, 600,000 years to happen. So they go, I can do whatever I want,
Well,
get
that's-
super
yeah,
rich.
that's
their problem.
Yes.
Down the road,
Right.
100,000
Well, that's the whole
years
issue
from now.
with climate change, and the fact that we're not doing anything about it is that everybody in a position of power that wants to earn, again,
They
hoard
do
wealth,
not care about
they
the
don't
future.
care. It doesn't matter to them because they won't be dealing with it.
This kind of thing happens very slowly.
Mhm.
And they know that.
but they know that
still,
they're
it doesn't
putting us on the
justify-
path toward it.
Yes.
They know that they are speeding it up.
This is the first time, I mean, it has to be, right? We don't know about the history before the prehistory of this planet, but it has to be the first time that a dominant species
is aware
caused-
of it.
Not only
is
is
causing
aware,
it.
but is causing it
Both-
and could
both ways.
stop it at any
Yeah.
point and is
Yeah.
choosing not to.
Yes.
Like, we're actively making the planet try to kill us.
Yeah.
And we're just like, it's fine.
Yeah. Because we won't be here.
If you look at the Bible, it says that when the planet's destroyed, it's because the second coming is happening. And that's
Says the
what we
Earth's only like
want.
6,000 years old anyway.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. And speaking of unavoidable death, whether quick or slow, tar pits.
Tar pits.
Yeah, I was wrong. There are such things as tar pits.
Mhm.
And they're apparently pretty common. Allegedly, there's no evidence that tar pits would have existed at the same time as dinosaurs, which you actually said in part 1.
I did, yeah.
No dinosaur fossil has ever been found in a tar pit.
Hmm. Which means they're newer.
They are. Well,
They would
at
have to
least
be. That's
no,
yeah.
no non-avian dinosaurs have been found in a tar pit. So I don't know about that.
Okay.
We would know, however, if there were any dinosaurs in a tar pit because ancient tar pits are routinely excavated when they're discovered. And the oldest animals found date back to the Ice Age, around 50,000 years ago.
Okay.
And
So,
these
yeah, that's
include
how we
things
know.
like saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, and even mammoths.
Yeah.
And you
Like
can
it's
still
coming.
visit tar pits today. They're like parks and museums.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more famous ones is the La Brea tar pits in Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
Yeah, La Brea.
La Brea. Okay, there it is. There's also the tar pits in Carpinteria, California, the Bengadi Asphalt Lake in Azerbaijan, and Pitch Lake in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
But having two right there in California, like one in LA, makes a lot of sense to me as to why they would have put these in this film.
In media? Yeah, in media in general, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like quicksand was already a fixture of our childhood, like already one of the most present dangers when we were kids, right
Yes.
alongside things like falling anvils and booby traps and drop pianos and dynamite.
Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Painting on sides of rock faces.
Somebody did that.
I just saw.
Someone did that recently.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's funny.
But also because tar pits tend to form as a result of earthquakes, after which the cracks in the earth allow crude oil to seep up to the surface by way of, get ready for this, crustal fissures.
No thanks. I'll pass.
It's never a good time
I'll
when
pass.
your crude petroleum seeps past your crustal fissures.
Mm-mm. Man, I hate
So-
how many times we've had to reference Cyclospora.
So this petroleum forms a relatively slick pool of oil until some of its lighter molecules begin to evaporate, which is when it begins to turn into a sticky, deadly asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered if tar pits would be hot, but no, not especially. They're usually the same temperature as the air above them, but the warmer they are, the faster you sink. But having said that, the tar pits hanging out nearby some rivers of lava will be pretty damn hot. So Petrie,
Yeah, if it's
would have
going by
been-
the ambient air, and the ambient air is insufferably hot.
it's a raging inferno. Petrie would have been deep fried,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Poor
And so
Petrie.
would Littlefoot and Ducky and Spike when they also get stuck trying to rescue him. And altogether they form this misshapen tar monster that not only terrifies Sarah's attackers, but also Sarah herself. And when they laugh at her for getting scared, Sarah gets her feelings hurt. And she walks away crying.
Sarah, it is us.
It is us.
Ducky's, like, her lack of contraction.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And we kind of think she's like gone, right? Because they're like, where are you going? Come back. But she's too busy feeling sorry for herself. And then the narrator's like, Sarah was still too proud to admit that she'd gone the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And then we just like cut to the next scene. It's like, all right, Sarah's gone, you know?
Bye.
But see, this has to happen because she has to leave to be somewhat forgotten, because we're going to need her to return at the last possible moment to help save the day.
Triumphantly.
Yeah. So the group
Gotta
continues
leave to have a
on.
triumphant return, you know?
What is it that Stephen Cohen said?
Oh.
To come home, I first have to leave, or something like that.
Yeah.
Man.
I miss you, David.
What a guy. So the group continues on to the Great Valley without her. But after swimming their way through a deep pond, Sharptooth appears once again, bringing us to the final showdown. Because Littlefoot plots to get rid of him once and for all. They're going to lure him into the deep end of the pond, where he won't be able to swim with his scrawny human arms. And then they're going to drop a big old rock on his head so that he will fall in and drown.
And why does Ducky have to be the bait? She's so brave.
Ducky for bait.
Talk about somebody being brave. Ducky's brave.
It's Ducky. I know.
Ducky's the brave one.
And she follows him into a cave. And this whole thing happens like very quickly, because he chases her out and he slides into the pond. And like Petrie learns to fly thanks to the Sharptooth's breath, which is good because Ducky needs rescuing. And they're all put in greater danger than ever because Littlefoot and Spike aren't strong enough to push the rock by themselves. And of course, this is when Sarah returns and uses her literal hard-headedness to help them push the rock, which knocks Sharptooth down into the water.
Yeah. So if you're like a better, more evolved person, you're recognizing that, okay, even the person who's super racist and has super terrible beliefs might still sometimes be able to come in handy.
Can contribute
in the greater
to society
circle in
in
society.
some way.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I don't know that Sarah is racist because she's still a child, but she's just spewing this bullshit
spewing
that
what
she's
been
taught.
And you're right about that. This may not be, it's not a great
She could
comparison.
still grow up and realize that
right.
she was wrong. Like,
you're
you
right.
know.
And also, yes, it's a very important thing to say. Like, she hasn't internalized that as her own. She's just parroting what someone else has told her. And I think a lot can be said about that in our current climate today. Yep. I know that there are probably a lot of people saying stuff that they're just parroting and have never actually internalized for themselves. And again, when you're an adult, you're not a Sarah, you're not a child, you're not a juvenile. You have a responsibility to understand that your words have weight and to understand what you're saying and why you're saying it. But there are far too many people who are just parroting certain ideals or ideas that, are harmful, and it may not actually be what they mean. So in that way, I can see how a redemptive arc is helpful.
Well, yeah, especially when you're a kid. Yeah, I don't know. Still, it's just good to teach kids this stuff. Like, you know what? It's okay to admit you're wrong.
And that too, yeah.
It's okay to be there for your friends, even when you realize that you kind of fucked up. And like, you think they are mad at you, but they're probably not because they need you.
Yeah, or vice versa. It's okay to forgive your friend and accept help even when they've treated you poorly. Like, oh, that's true. We do like a redemption arc.
We do. And TV Tropes does as well. Because they have an entire page dedicated to the different types of returns of characters, which they've called the Return of the Index. And there are actually 3 or 4 that fit Sarah's return. There's the "he's back" trope, in which a character has been in a depression and they snap out of it and they get back in the game. But this could also just as easily be applied to Littlefoot's depression arc earlier in the film. There's the "changed my mind" kid, which is when a friend abandons the hero and then returns to save them at the last minute.
That I think is pretty spot on.
There's the heel face return, which is when a villain is reformed as soon as they make a comeback. But in this case, it's more like the anti-hero or the bully is reformed, not the villain. And the last is the Achilles in his tent, which is much more on the nose, or the heel, or the horn. And this is when a team member quits, but returns in time to help right when the group needs their specific abilities.
Yeah.
In this case, it's Sarah's dome
Bingo.
head. And speaking of tropes, we've got ourselves a classic Disney death in this scene as well.
We do. It's a Disney death.
Because when Sharktooth is crushed by the boulder and sinks into the pond, he takes Petrie down with him.
He was my friend.
Yeah.
Poor Pete.
You said that they actually shortened this scene
Yes.
for the emotional complexity or
Yes.
how difficult it would have been for kids, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But how it plays is that they just don't waste any time accepting that Petrie is gone, and they're just
That's
gonna.
true.
They're
They just
gonna
let it go
leave.
real fast.
Like,
yeah.
Poor Petrie. Well,
Moment of silence.
we got
Moment
things
over.
to do. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
The Great Valley waits for no one.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when he climbs back over the ledge, and he's like, "You leave without Petrie." I'm kind of like, yeah, dude, they were about to just
They were just gonna peace out.
they were done. Like, you don't matter.
No more Petries.
Luckily, he's not dead. But speaking of Disney, we've now arrived at the Mufasa in the clouds moment.
Don Bluth's version of that swirly
Which
cloud.
We've been trying to reference the entire time we've been
over
talking
and
about
over and over.
this movie. Instead of Mufasa in the clouds, it's Littlefoot's mother in the clouds. I'm not
It
saying...
echoes all dogs as well.
It does.
Because the long neck cloud and the way that I remember the weird angel of death dragon cloud in
Hey,
all dogs.
Don Bluth can reference himself all he wants to,
Mm-hmm.
but Disney seems like they tore a page out of his book and
Yeah.
said, "This is ours now." I'm just saying. She calls to Littlefoot, who is on the verge of giving up. And then her spirit drifts away, forcing him to chase
Tried
after
to do
her
what you told me,
to the cliff's edge.
but it's too hard.
But it's just
The main
too
differences
hard.
between this and The Lion King is there's no magical sex
Never
dust in
find
the
a
sky.
great valley.
That, and when the mother clouds part, a beam of sunlight illuminates the great valley below. Littlefoot has found it. I think in The Lion King, he gets, what's the monkey's name? Doesn't he just
Rafiki.
Rafiki just comes out of nowhere and he's just bah! Hits him in the head.
Yes, that is true.
Chases him through the field.
Asante sana, squash banana.
hmm
Lots of appropriation. Just so much appropriation. But yeah, Rafiki comes and
We have so
the
much to talk
past
about
can
The Lion
hurt,
King.
but the way I see it, one can
Yeah.
either run from it or learn from it. I can recite that movie.
You can quote the entire movie.
Yeah, I can do the whole
Wow.
thing.
That's going to be a fun two-parter for you to do, and I'm just going to sit here and
Yeah. I will enjoy that. I will.
hang out.
I will.
Man, oh man. All right.
Yep.
So the narrator says,
The Great Valley.
the Great Valley was all they dreamed it would be. A land of green, of leaves, of life. There were waterfalls, grassy meadows, enough tree stars to feast on forever, and raising upon them their families. And then they just really wanted to make us cry one more time with the memory montage at the end.
Yeah. We need to see the flashback like it didn't happen less than an hour ago.
Yeah, literally less than an hour. It goes all the way back to the first scene where Littlefoot's born and his mother is there with her warmth and comfort.
Same
and
loving
love.
faces he looked
The
into
same
on the day of
loving
his
faces
birth.
He looked into.
I'm not crying like you're crying. It's like, stop doing this to me. I don't need this emotional grief and complexity in my life right now. I have enough of it on my own. The truth is we've done this to ourselves because we chose to cover this movie. And
We did.
yeah.
But the Darklings pushed our hand, forced our hand.
They
this time.
forced our hand, honestly. I blame everybody else, never myself. That's true.
Okay. What stage of grief now?
Norman Bates.
Just remember, Norman Bates. Norman Bates.
Gonna open a hotel.
Oh
Going
God.
to charge
Hmm.
rent.
Generations upon generations, each passing on the tale of their ancestors' journey.
To the valley.
Yeah.
Long ago. So it's like, sure, Littlefoot's got his grandparents and his friends now, so like he'll be okay. but it's not the same.
It's never. Life will never be the same.
He'll
for
never
Littlefoot.
be the same.
Life will never be the same.
And he
it
probably has never realized that as much as he does now. He had like a goal.
He had a mission. He had an objective.
And a mission.
Yep. Yeah.
And
now
there.
that he can settle into some sort of normalcy, he has to cope even harder with.
It was hard before, but now it's like, I'm where my mother was trying to get me, and she's not here. We don't all arrive together at the end, old Rooter said. So it's like, that's just something that he's now actually realizing. And maybe his grandparents can help explain it. Maybe, but like also they don't know where she is. They don't know that she's died. Like, what's that like?
No one does.
He has to tell them?
What's that like? Everybody's dealing with it every day of always.
I'm just saying, like, we don't see that. It's just like, well, the family's reunited, but he has to tell them that his mother's gone. And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because they didn't know. They didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They didn't know
They
that
didn't
she
know
died.
that she died.
Damn. I thought you meant like they're having to explain where she is, like heaven. Like,
no, I'm saying
she's
they
just
didn't.
gone.
They have no clue.
They don't
where
actually
she
know
is.
that their daughter passed away.
No.
Right. Different.
That's different.
Different and awful.
Right. See,
in a different
for a
way.
second, I was like, I guess I'm alone in this. Just everybody else knows what that's like, not me.
Yeah. No, I was more like, we all have to cope with that uncertainty.
We all have to live with our grandchild's death. Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, all right.
Or child. Yeah.
Child's death, really. I'm losing it. It's late. It's been a time.
And we thought for a minute there we would never find the Great Valley. And in life, just like that sometimes. Like the moment when you're like, I'll never find the Great Valley. Like I've been on this harrowing journey. My friends have almost died as well. I'm in this terrible position. I'm down on my luck, got nothing left to my name. Luck's all gone. And then the light breaks through the clouds.
That's usually about when you're like, you just like can't see it for the cliff edge. You know what I mean? Like you can't see it because the clouds haven't parted yet.
This is sounding weirdly evangelical. I'm not. I don't like it.
So if you think about it, the Great Valley is kind of like heaven.
Oh man.
So really, they all
and then
died.
I'm like, there's Canaan, and Moses didn't get to go in, and so
what they've actually discovered is the Garden of Eden, and it's vacant because Adam and Eve fucked up. And there ain't nobody there.
Yeah, that's not a sermon I've ever heard before.
They're gone. Long
not
gone.
With that language, at least.
They're incestuous children. And don't even get me started on Lilith.
It was good.
Yeah, anyway,
no, but the point being, we've all been there when we're feeling like the Great Valley is just impossible to reach. And sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the sun just needs to break through the clouds and you need to be able to see a little more clearly. Because your Great Valley might be just around the corner. Just like Littlefoot's speech earlier in the movie where he's like, it could be just over the next hill. Like it's just over the next rock. Like it could be. And thinking like that over long term, trust me, Darklings, I get it, can be very painful if you have that hope inside of you constantly and you are constantly let down. But the idea, the hope is that eventually that's going to be true. And I hope it's true for each and every one of you who are seeking a Great Valley right now.
Oh, I do as well.
I hope it's right
It's a
there.
good word. It's a good word. It's better than my ending, which is just listing off the main themes. There's safety in numbers. Don't be racist or elitist. It's not a race war or a culture war. It's a class war. We all have strengths and there's nothing we can't do if we work together.
If we hold on together.
In other words, don't let the sharp teeth get you down.
Because our dreams will never die. Our dreams will see us through till forever.
Yeah, is that the song at the end? That's the credit song? Yeah. Was it Our Hearts Will Go On?
If we hold on together.
Is that what it is?
You're thinking of Titanic.
Yeah.
Same guy. Same guy.
I knew it was the same guy. I just didn't know. I don't know. I have different music in my ears right now. I can't call back to it. Yeah, that is The Land Before Time.
I cannot believe we did it. I cannot believe we did it together. I cannot believe you all did it with us. We couldn't have done it without you, and likely wouldn't have done it without you, for being honest. I am glad we did, though.
I do have avoidant traits. In whatever mood disorder.
And I just avoid this movie, generally speaking.
Just mood disorder, personality disorder. Avoidant.
I'm glad that we could all heal together. We needed it.
Did we?
I I
Have we
struggled because I
healed?
had watch notes and I was trying to match your pace, and I don't know. My main thoughts are just Ducky is just heartbreakingly perfect, and protect her at all costs. Protect the Duckies in your life.
Oh, I think Ducky's fine. I mean, we should help preserve the Duckies of our lives, but I think Ducky's gonna make it.
She's doing just fine.
I don't think Ducky. Yeah, I think she's good.
We don't have to worry about her.
No.
I'm about to cry right now. Why am I about to cry right now?
I don't know. I came close a couple times while recording.
God.
Definitely did while doing some research and writing about it for sure. Because I was like
It's heavy.
living in it, putting myself in Littlefoot's feet, his little feet, and trying to just like do the work.
Putting your little foot in the little shoes.
He's probably bigger than both of us are, even as a juvenile.
For sure.
There's no banana for scale. There's no T-Rex teeth for scale.
No, it's hard to know. Like still person.
Because they cut that from the move. They cut out the chomping, the close up, the chomping.
Yeah.
Of the T-Rex teeth. So anyway, that's all I've got. I'm out.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm out of words.
It's a weird relief to know that this is going to live in the Pretty Dark archives, and I hope that you all feel the same way about it. Thank you for being here with us as we've done it.
I don't know.
If you want to stick with us while we keep doing it, you can find us on our social media. That's Pretty Dark Podcast on Instagram. That's Pretty Dark on TikTok. You can send us an email to that'sprettydarkpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us how this movie or any other really affected you. We've been getting a lot of emails about our back catalog lately because we've got some new amazing friends joining us from our time on And That's Why We Drink and other Parapods shows, and we're loving that we're getting perspective on all these back catalog episodes. It's been really trippy for me lately because we've been getting different messages and emails about older episodes that we've done, and I'm thinking through like the podcast that I've listened to, and how I've been like, I'm hearing these people in my real time, and they're talking, it's like 2023 or 2022, and like they're going through something completely different, and like what's life like now, and then catching up and everything. So it's really cool that so many of you have lived like so much life with us in the last couple months.
Right.
And we appreciate it so much.
Nice. That's been nice.
If you want to support us even further, we have some incredible patrons. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/TPD podcast. We couldn't appreciate it more if we tried. Every little bit helps us keep creating this content.
Yes, and we want to thank Trish T for
thanks, Trish,
contributing to our Patreon, and also for letting us know that our merch store charges like hella expensive shipping.
I think it has to do with all of the global conflict and difficulties. It's a Printify thing. I've tried to look into it. There aren't a whole lot of options, but I'm going to work on like if we can source from different places and stuff like that, because Printify has a lot of different sources. It's weird. So yeah, if you tried to order merch, hang in there. Yeah,
I mean, we've been we've been told to open an Amazon store instead of a Printify store.
That's true.
So we should probably
maybe
just do
looking
that.
into some different options.
Yeah, because the shipping is much more affordable over there. But we'll see. We're gonna get it figured out.
Oh man, all the forces that control our lives and all the unfair disadvantages that come along with that. But thank you for being willing and interested in merchandise. Either way.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Is that all our normal reminders?
I think it is.
We are creeping ever closer toward our recovered. We had like a 4.8 at one point, and it dropped down to a 4.6 on Apple because we got political.
What
I don't regret it, because hey, it's more important to use a platform for the things we believe in. But if you'd like to drop us a rating or review and tell us how you feel about the show, and we would appreciate that as always. But again, it's not about that. It's not about that. But it's just funny to me how people will go out of their way to leave a negative rating on something that they just disagree. They disagree politically, and I'm like, aren't you bringing politics into something now as well? Like,
yeah, you could just stop listening. You don't have to keep listening. Right. It's like we're all adults here. We're cool. Mm-hmm. We're good.
But we're here, and we're gonna keep being here for each and every one of you.
For sure. Definitely. Always.
We've got another big blockbuster that we're prepping for.
Much
summer.
More lighthearted. So.
Yes, we need that.
It carries no weight whatsoever, but it's just going to be a lot of fun, straight up nostalgia. I'm very excited. I watched it.
I'm sure that we're going to knock it out of the park.
That's because it's The Sandlot. We should just say what it is.
We could just say
it's The Sandlot.
It's
I
next
watched
on
it
the
last weekend and laughed my head off the entire time. Had a blast. I can't wait to talk about it.
It's a good time.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And I don't know. I'm really feeling the Spielberg stuff. So like, maybe next year we'll cover like maybe some E.T., maybe some next year.
That's a good idea.
Maybe
I feel the Spielberg stuff too.
I'm feeling
For
it.
sure.
It's good. We should do like a year of Spielberg stuff. Just only
Are y'all
cover
feeling
Spielberg
it?
movies.
Do you feel it? Hey, Darklings, do you feel it? Can
What
you
are you guys
believe we're still
feeling
talking?
right now? I don't know. Yeah. We should probably just go ahead and end it.
We'll
Thanks
go on,
for
get up
listening.
out of your ears. We'll let you get on with your life, but we appreciate you deeply, and we can't wait to come back with even more Pretty Darkness.
Just know
just
that
as soon as we can.
our hearts will go on.
Together.
That's Pretty Dark Podcast is produced by Kaylin Andrews and me, Christian Baxter Mott.
With music by Jonathan Simmons and cover design by Halftone Horror.
You can support our show by supporting our sponsors, or go to patreon.com/TPD podcast to unlock all the Pretty Dark bonus content we have in store.
Please share your experiences and let us know what shows, films, or villains still haunt you from childhood on our socials or at that'sprettyddarkpodcast@gmail.com.
For all other information, visit our website, that'sprettyddark.com.
Remember, you're never really alone.
So, until next time, sweet dreams, everyone.